in the pits of Detroit, Michigan. Your ass is listening to Radio Underground. Shit.
Radio Underground, episode 87. 13 more till we get to 100. 100 episodes, too many. We should have never done this project. It's a complete waste of our time.
Yes.
But we're doing it anyway.
And yours.
And mine. And everybody's, yes. We're fucking, you know how much bandwidth we're taking that could be used towards something actually interesting? Anyway, I'm Mike. Jay's over here to my left.
Hola.
Al.
Yo.
And Brian.
Oh, no, he already used Dola. Damn it.
Now,
I need to think of something to say.
So we're not on Periscope, not that I care, because we've never had any engagement.
Ahoy, hoy.
Ahoy, hoy.
There we go.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Aloha.
Okay.
But I had planned on talking about the whole GameStop stock thing, but we're not even going to bother with that right now because when we were sitting around here talking earlier, history of the riff, DJ's shittiness. Some of them are good, most of them are bad.
What's the riff?
It is a FM broadcast station here in the Detroit metro area that we all grew up in. It started in 1971.
Yeah. Actually, I looked up the history. And before that, it was WXYZ radio, like Channel 7 is now. It started in 1948.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then became the riff in
That's when Al was born.
Yes.
1948,
yes.
He's older than our father.
Yes, by 2 years.
He's his own grandpa.
Al's so masculine.
I am my own grandpa.
Al's so masculine, he's his own grandfather.
It happens.
Fuck you, I'm my own grandfather.
Hey, you never know with our family.
So does the riff actually pull, do they pull numbers, or does it just exist because it just has for so long and it's not going anywhere?
No, the number one show in the area is Dave and Chuck.
David Chuck.
No, I mean music-wise. I don't mean morning show.
I don't know. I don't listen to music.
I don't know. I don't know if
I don't listen to it at all, honestly.
All right, so there's like a lot of guys at work, you know, a lot of us have our own radio and stuff, and so a lot of us play our own music and everything, but I guarantee that there are 5 radios you can walk to in that place, and if you hit the band button to see what radio station's on, riff's on. Guarantee it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, people like their 3 days Hinderback.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
It's just, I don't know.
I mean, I like Dave and Chuck the Freak, and that's
I liked
pretty
them.
much about it.
I got sick of them.
I don't listen really. I'm never up anymore.
So are they? They're obviously a Michigan show, but are they national now, or do people in other states just listen from like radio.com and stuff?
Radio.com and stuff, yeah.
I think they are syndicated in like 3 other markets.
They're actually Canadian.
Like Tampa.
No, I know that. I just because I hear them talk about we got Mark from Boston on the phone or something like that.
Oh no, they are. They're syndicated now.
I think it's like Boston, Tampa, and like somewhere else.
Yeah, they're not everywhere, but they are because and that started. It was right around the time I moved back here, so 5-6 years ago.
How does that work? Do they just get a reputation, and then those radio stations want to fill a void with our show?
It's probably find an established show, and then instead of us paying somebody to do this morning show, we'll just borrow yours.
And when you do that, though, because they are pretty geographically specific with their stories.
Yeah,
I can't imagine listening to a show, say in Philadelphia, for us here when they just talk about Philadelphia shit all the time. Like,
well, one thing. So, actually, his show didn't work out. When Steve Dahl came back and they had him on 97.1, all he talked about was
We're
Chicago.
Gonna blow up disco records.
All he talked about was Chicago and eating on the fucking air. He'd always
fat.
Oh, we were trying these new sandwiches. He's like,
But
Steve Dahl was originally here.
Yes,
before he went to
right, and when he was good.
Yeah.
And then he was not a drunk, and then he was sober and a fat guy who just ate big giant sandwiches into the microphone. And then every once in a while
I don't take your grievances out of me just
and
yet.
then every once in a while I had guys in that would like do Beach Boy covers with him, and he'd play his guitar.
Was he John Stamos? What's going on?
Or he knew how to play the theremin, so he would play that once in a while.
I really did not want to be that guy tonight, though, but I actually just got off work at like 8 o'clock, and I was like, fuck, last time I ate was like 3. So I'm like, well, I don't want to grab food and bring it over and eat in front of a microphone, so I ate this piece of chicken and rice real quick before I came over. It's still just right in my chest.
I ate a shit ton of stuffed shells, and I ate too many of them, and I have just the worst heartburn right now. So this coffee is going to help.
It's not even heartburn. It's literally just kind of slowly going down.
It's still digesting.
I'm doing that friggin' immune stack, the vitamin C, heavy dose, vitamin D, and it is doing wonders for my heartburn. And by that, I mean my eyes are watering from fucking pain.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, since we talked about food, I guess I'll just bring up the topic that I had tonight. And that was, I hate natural casing hot dogs.
I like them.
I guess I don't. I guess I'm not really particular as long as the meat's not a combination of lips and buttholes and stuff.
No, Al's right. It's like eating a foreskin.
It's seriously, I
can't do it.
Like, that's what my mom buys, and like I will.
How would you know if you were eating a foreskin?
I will eat one here and there, but
Todd.
really, like my mom makes them, and I never really eat them.
So what are like the Kogel or whatever?
Those are natural casing.
So you don't like those ones?
No.
I don't like
doesn't.
any of
I
them
do.
that make a snap when I bite into.
So what do you
them.
like then? The ones that just kind of
give me
dissolve in your mouth?
Give me some like Hebrew National or a Nathan's hot dog or something that doesn't make crunchy noise when I bite into it.
Yeah.
Like I'm like tearing snapping a finger off or something.
My cousin came up from Kentucky, and he hot dogs were that he's used to the normal soft hot dogs.
Yeah, a ballpark.
But he had it in Coney Island, and he ate the.
You got the natural casing.
Yeah, and he was like so sick. He was like,
It's like
couldn't take it.
I don't know,
funny, though.
and it's not that it's all right. Like when I eat them, it's not that they taste bad. It's that whole.
I guess I never thought about it, but I think I like that more than the other one.
Oh yeah, I want to bite. Thing sucks. I just want to bite into my hot dog and not hear it crunch and crackle like it's fucking like I'm biting a finger off or something.
I just got back into hot dogs probably like 5 years ago. There was a like 15, 20 year gap where I was like, I just associated as little kid food that I didn't want anything to do with.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, all these restaurants started making like fancy hot dogs with all kinds of toppings. And you're like, these are fucking good.
I didn't eat them for a long time until when I was with my ex then she talked about, she was Jewish.
Like she was a hot dog fanatic.
No, she talked about eating these Hebrew Nationals, like, Jew dogs. And she's like, okay. And yeah, I'm like, all right. And I never tried them. And I'm like, oh, these are good. So that was how I started eating hot dogs again, because they were like all beef.
Yeah.
That's all I eat now is usually, well, unless we get Coney Island, but like at home, if we happen to make hot dogs, they're all beef Costco hot dogs. Like you get in their food court.
So they don't snap when you bite into them.
No, and they're just all beef. I do, but I have no problem with natural casing.
Yeah.
The best hot dogs, I've never been to Imperial in Ferndale, the little California taco joint.
I know about it. Yeah,
but they do a couple like fancy hot dogs there. One's called the Bakersfield. Just the hot dog. They got pulled pork on top, pulled chicken, barbecue sauce, onions, like pineapple, the cotija cheese. It's
cotija.
Okay, so for some reason they feel that they need to put a hot dog in that. That just doesn't.
Well, the hot dog is like they're making tacos, but with hot dog instead.
It's just unnecessary, I think.
That sounds actually
I would try
really
it
delicious.
and eat it, and it would probably be delicious.
It's really good.
A hot dog in there is with all the extra stuff that you just said is just. I don't know. To me,
is it a
dog,
ballpark, Frank?
To me, a dog is simple.
All
right, there's a little bit of relish, onion, and mustard, and you get it at a ballpark, and that's it. I mean, to me, that's just a hot dog. I don't need all the somebody putting other meats on a hot dog is just kind of.
I don't know, man. I went to this place in San Diego called the Dog House, and they just you make it how you want it. You go down a line, and they start you with the bun. You can pick 2 to 3 different kinds of buns. You can pick the 2 to 3 different kinds of hot dogs. And from there, it's like Subway. You just what do you want on it? By the end of it, you got this monster of whatever kind of shit you want.
I went to the Dog House.
I sucked a dick and didn't even know.
But it was the real Dog House. It wasn't this fake Dog House you talk of. I went to the real Dog House that was around from 1941. That was right at State Fair and Gratiot. And they had chili dogs and regular hot dogs, and that's it.
What about the?
No, you were at when you were at State Fair and Gratiot. When you got out of your car, did you hear?
It was
not
the 80s,
not in that era.
What about the Wiener Circle in Chicago?
Oh yeah, that's the Wiener Circle. As soon as you walk in the door.
You ever had a Sonoran hot dog?
Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah.
Oh,
what is?
I never heard of it, and then our cousin Adam, who was a chef, said. They were asking all this stuff, and they're fancy stuff. He's like, what's your favorite thing you eat? He's like, Sonoran hot dog from this place, this cart down the street.
That's what Imperial does as a Sonoran hot dog too. Like
It's a hot dog that's wrapped in bacon and grilled, served on a bolillo style hot dog, and topped with pinto beans, onions, tomatoes, and a variety of condiments, often including mayonnaise, mustard, and jalapeno salsa.
Now, I could get behind that because they're
You
not
eat it with a
putting
fork.
they're not putting extra meats on it.
Well, what do you
Sorry,
mean by
guys,
extra
I'm
meats,
gonna
though?
drop.
Like pulled pork, pulled chicken, all this crap. They're putting
But
beans
like loose,
on it.
what if they put loose meat on top of it? That's extra meat on top.
What about a burger?
I don't know.
There's that place.
Unless it's in a chili sauce. No.
That
oh,
place,
you don't get like a okay.
Brown Iron Brewhouse. They do like a burger, like a beef patty, and then they put pulled pork on it with barbecue sauce and bacon with pepper jack cheese, and it's fucking.
Just give me a pulled pork
Amazing.
sandwich and give me a burger, and I'll eat them.
Or like
Dress up two different things for me. I don't need meat with a side of meat.
Mercury Bar does one that's a burger, and then they give you it's a burger, one patty, and the second patty is like a chorizo patty, and then it's fantastic.
Like I'm okay with like a bacon cheeseburger or a like pastrami with a burger.
I don't mean
because
to.
you make it
I don't mean to
crispy.
cut you off, but I have to. You brought up bacon cheeseburger. I went to Checkers and got their bacon fucking Zilla or something. I don't know what it's called.
Yes.
Bacon Zilla.
And it was the fucking nastiest, stringy.
The bacon's horrible.
Not cooked at all. Fucking, it snapped in my mouth like I was eating a fucking, like I'm Jeffrey Dahmer eating some black guy's knee tendon. It's fucking horrible.
Yeah, no, they
Make
have the worst bacon.
Fucking cook the bacon. Cook it.
Yes.
Don't fucking.
It's like literally 4 extra seconds. That's all you need.
Like, I don't like my bacon medium rare. Okay?
Yeah,
right.
I want it crispy.
Dude, I'm pretty sure it was my wife talking about her grandma at one point back in the day. Her grandma just used to eat bacon out of the package.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was a great grandma.
Did
Did grandma die at 37?
Well, because
she lived to be about 80.
bacon. Well, most of the time your bacon was smoked. So it's cured.
Yeah, I'm not
It's
talking
cured.
I'm not talking about a package like we get now, but it's stuff that's already cured and
Yeah.
you just basically are crisping it up in the pan. It's
Right.
it's already done.
I'm not gonna lie. Like we used to get bacon at the house, and we used to do it on the pan, like everybody did it. That's what we did as a kid.
Yep.
Then we started realizing just bake that shit. It's
Yeah.
way better. It's but then now the whole house just fucking reeks of bacon for like 3 days. So now I'm not gonna lie.
Well, you said reeks.
You gotta go out. You gotta put it on the grill to protect your house.
Yeah, the grill.
Well, so what we do now is I just buy the fucking microwavable
Oh,
shit.
yeah.
And honestly, if you get the good stuff that's microwavable, you wouldn't even know the fucking difference when you serve it up in the morning.
Yeah, there's different qualities, right?
Blasphemy.
Right. I know what you're talking about. There's like the cheap shit you could buy, and I'm even suspect that it's full on
thick
bacon.
cut Applewood bacon that they already cook, and then they just put it in a fucking box, and you just reheat it like for 10 seconds, and it's like it's fucking bacon.
Yeah.
But is it crispy or is it soft?
Yeah, you got to blot it right after you pull it out of the microwave, and then let it sit for
harden?
like a minute, and then it's crispy.
Like fucking cement.
Well, there's an art to actually cooking bacon in the pan too. I mean, you let it get to a certain point. You pull it out, it's still cooking. If you leave it in too long, it gets really burnt.
Yeah.
But if you pull it out at just the right time, you watch it still cook.
I think
within 10 minutes or so, it's nice and crispy.
I think what Checkers does is they leave it out in the sun for a couple hours.
Oh, yes.
And that's how they cook their bacon.
Yes. That's how I mean. If
No,
I
they
was
let a
running
little
fast
sun
food
come in
joint,
through the drive-through window and touch it.
They have a
If I was
magnifying
running a
glass.
fast food joint, that's how I do all my bacon. Is right out in the sun.
Well,
Yeah.
well, the
Aged.
I got to give
in sunlight.
I have to give Burger King credit for the most improved bacon award
Yeah?
of mankind.
Yeah, I had one of their
alright.
bacon cheeseburgers
It's
last
actually
week.
crispy.
Yeah.
It was the worst bacon. It was the OG terrible tendon snapping fucking gross. Like you pull on it like a fucking Wolverine eating on a fucking like a reindeer or something.
tearing on.
Yeah, because remember at one point with their breakfast sandwiches, they had and I think it was them, maybe it was McDonald's, but I'm pretty sure it was them. It was like a bacon disc.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was
them.
horrible.
Yeah.
It was the worst.
Yeah.
Bacon
It
disc.
was like a
Actually,
disc.
for-
It
actually,
was
for a
the
while,
exact
I
same
think both
shape
of them
as the
had-
egg they put on their
Actually, for a while,
sandwiches.
they both
Yeah, that's
had
totally
them, but-
natural.
Yeah.
It came off.
That's how it comes out.
It came off the pig looking like that.
And the game changer too is when we started baking the bacon is you take I'm sure your wife has some cooling racks for when you bake cookies. You put the cooling rack. On
I'm
the
sure your
pan.
wife has some stuff to cook for you, Brian.
Well, no, I'm just saying like
She does.
And
She's
then
got these-
you put the bacon on the cooling racks while the grease drops into the pan and not just sitting there soaking it all up in there.
Yeah, exactly. No, we have two big huge pans.
My wife has some baking things too.
Yeah,
I don't. I'm sure she does.
Oh, the
somewhere.
baking things. No, she does. She has
bacon.
I think she went like sur la top and got like
Sur la table.
sur la table. And
Sur la table.
But that's the thing. If we go there and we want to buy fancy shit, it's like walk in and like, oh, we can help you something. Nope, straight back to that clearance fucking section because I'm not buying anything there full
They're
price.
just as overpriced as my work.
Yeah, I've never been to your work though. But
where do you work, man? No,
Kmart.
Just say it.
Kmart. Big Lots.
Fuck Big Lots also, by the way. That like I can get behind a store that's like a one-off, like a little thrifty shop that has a bunch of things, but you're a chain and you got tires next to toothpaste, next to hairbrushes, next to
they got tires?
There's like there's no organization that store.
They don't know what they're. Yeah,
you know what?
They used to be.
Ollie's is worse.
They used to not
Ollie's
be like
is funny
that.
though because it feels like it's like shit that was out of their stores that just couldn't cut the mustard.
It's exactly what it is.
I got to give a shout out though to Big Lots because in my screen back there, that big screen TV is on top of a Big Lot product.
Oh yeah, like the furniture.
That was like $80, dude.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like at one time, like Big Lot had, like it was a pretty
furniture.
good store.
I mean, I still go
I
there.
bought the high top, pub style dining room table with the chairs and all that. I mean, it was a nice set. Like, but I bought all the extra chairs. I bought 8 chairs for this thing, and it was nice. I spent like $700 or something like that, but it was good quality stuff.
I went to my first
we used
Family
it way too
Dollar
much.
this summer for the first time ever, and I don't know how people can deal with that shit because that was just itching with poor people everywhere.
I'm sorry, I was reading a text.
people.
I never had been to a Family Dollar,
Oh.
and I have a couple friends that they say they go there for specific things, like they go there for their toilet paper, paper towel, soap, stuff like that. But to me, the people that were in the one that I was at, and it was up north, it was just every poor motherfucker and nothing against the poor people. These are the poor people that are like
Damn poor people.
like scratching their
Somehow they let them out of their camps to go to Family Dollar.
They were the
Damn
ones that
poor
like were
people.
scratching at their face and asking other people
they
for
had, like,
money in the
scabies and
store.
shit. They probably had scabies or something.
Yes. And one lady just
poor people.
and one lady just had a whole bunch of pool noodles.
I didn't know that drop was that long.
25 seconds later.
And the one lady just was like clearly on meth and just carrying around like 6 different pool noodles. And that was it.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
Yeah,
You
no,
want-
nothing else.
Gotta get the Family Dollar. I need
sounds
those
like
fucking
a-
pool noodles.
And
That sounds like a delightful first experience.
We were only there because we were the beach we were heading to. We were told that you really, really can't drink on the beach, so go get koozies.
Yeah.
It was hard as fuck to find just koozies. We went to 2 Family Dollars and a Meijer, and even at Meijer, the guy working there was like, "Fuck, I don't even know where those are at in here." I'm like, "God damn it!" So there's like 8 of us walking around Meijer looking for koozies just so we can drink at a beach.
Every one of you takes a different quadrant at Meijer.
Pretty much what it was. One of us went to like sporting goods. One of us went to like the grocery side of things. Another person's like, it's probably with like camping gear. Like, what the fuck? Just find the koozies.
No, it's probably in like the sporting goods section or the clothing. Like where they have like the Lions
I guess
shirts.
the big question is, did you find the koozies?
We found koozies, and we found a 4-pack of college football koozies of Michigan teams.
Nice.
Yes.
Another thing too, kind of related, is I had to find an empty spray bottle one time to make my own weed killer that's pet safe.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck finding that. Also, just an empty fucking squirt bottle.
I swear to God, I find them at Dollar Tree all the time.
Yeah.
No joke.
I was at
swear-
Meijer, and no one, 3 people at Meijer didn't know where they're at.
those
Like
things
spray
are.
bottles. I mean, with stuff in it
Yeah,
already.
like Windex? No, like an empty one. Why an empty one? I want to put shit in it.
So I'm telling you, Family Dollar.
Basically, like at my place, when all the COVID stuff started, they made this, like one of the concoctions.
Yeah, they have the vats, and then you had the bottles
and
with
so
it,
instead of ordering from like somewhere industrial supplies, order some good squirt bottles. We send our maintenance guy over to Dollar Tree to buy, like 60 of these damn things, and I'm not kidding you when I said this. The very first bottle that I grabbed and the very first squirt, the handle snapped. The very first squirt, handle snapped right off. The bottom of the trigger snapped right off.
We got one where every time you squeeze the trigger, it just leaks down your
leaks out.
hand.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of those. And I'm like, where'd we get these? And boss like Dollar Tree. And I'm like,
Where'd they get them from? China.
I'm like,
China.
why did we get them
China.
from the Dollar Tree when we have access to an account where we can buy 20 of these really good quality ones for $5 or $6 a piece, but they don't break.
Yeah.
Oh no, we gotta have the dollar ones.
Well, I can say we've all worked somewhere or been somewhere where they use that welfare thin toilet paper where you end up using a third of the roll just to wipe your ass from one shit.
Yeah, you're just wiping your ass with your hand. Like
Yeah,
you're fucking
right.
in,
And it's like
you're in
you might
fucking
as well,
Mecca
baby.
or something.
And
you
then-
might as well.
And then you're like, what is the point of this if we're just going to be pissing through 8 rolls a day when we could just buy 2 rolls of the good stuff for the same fucking price?
Especially if you get
I just give 'em
that
Costco.
dehydrated shit that has the stickiness to it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And your hand just
You
goes
go to-
right through the toilet
You
paper.
go to use that thin stuff on a hot day and your hand just goes through it. You just got, what the fuck?
It
That's
just
why
sticks to
Costco-
everything. Ugh.
Kirkland
Shit
toilet
paste.
paper, because you get it's $16 and you get 30 rolls of this shit, and it's thick and awesome. Almost like a cloud.
I've never purchased any of that Costco.
No, it's
Yeah.
good stuff.
Oh yeah,
It's quality
It is.
toilet paper.
I like their toilet paper too.
I have
or the
breaking
paper
news.
towel.
I have breaking news.
Mm.
Lions traded Stafford.
Is
No
it done?
way.
It's done.
It is. I heard what the rumor was with the Rams, but I didn't
It's
know.
the Rams. 2 first, a third, and Jared Goff.
Oh, dude, we took on that contract.
Yeah, we did.
Well, it's not official until March 17th, so
Yeah.
I knew they were gonna do something stupid like take on little tiny hands, dude.
What's
I thought that went along with the toilet paper.
How old is he?
He's younger, 6 years younger than Stafford.
That's
He's
what, no, I just want to ask. I couldn't remember how.
He's
old
only 26, but you ever see the Burger King commercials with the dude with tiny hands? That's Jared Goff.
Trump?
No. You never saw the tiny hands Burger King
the
commercials?
Burger King, actual Burger King.
I just
guy.
remember Trump with the tiny hands drinking water with 2 hands.
No.
Photoshop.
But he's got tiny hands. I can't believe we took on that stupid contract.
Yeah.
So
We got
who's the Lions GM?
He came from the Rams.
Yeah, so he got his
So what's his name?
Brad Holmes.
Holmes.
Hey, Brad Holmes.
You are a cum-eating cream pie cleanup boy.
There.
They had the
Well,
opportunity. They had the opportunity to completely rebuild this team, and now we're going to rebuild with a guy that's already overpriced.
Well, hey, how many years
I mean-
are left on the deal?
He's got he just signed that. It's 4 more years still.
I mean, they did get 2 first rounders and a third rounder out of
So
it, too.
what? They don't even have a first rounder for 2 more years.
Oh, is that how it worked?
Yeah, they gave up first rounders for next year maybe. Maybe it's next year. They don't have one this year.
Really?
No.
I didn't know that.
I'll default to you guys because I'm not football guy. I'm casual fan. But on the radio, they were talking about just do what you can, get the most you can for Stafford, and then just sign somebody like Fitzpatrick for a
Right.
year,
Right.
just to get you through.
All right. There was a rumor that San Fran wanted him, and they were talking about giving their second and third this year and their second and third next year for Stafford. No getting anybody back in return, nothing like that. I'm like, that's beautiful. 2 years in a row, you pick with your picks and the picks that you get from them. You have that's a total of 10 players you can pick in the top 96 players.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
You can rebuild your team
Yeah.
if you're smart. Instead, now you take on a bloated bad contract because he's not that good. He was good under their system because they had one of the best offensive lines.
Has he only played for that team?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And he wasn't good starting out, and then he had a couple good years, and then he didn't play so good. They still owe before they could even walk away from the deal, I think it's $44 million that they still got to pay this guy to walk away from this contract. So they're stuck with him for at least a couple of years. I think it's 2 years more before they can even do anything with it without getting eaten up.
It is fun that we're going to get to run the simulation.
But that's where he wanted to go.
To see if it's really the Lions or if Stafford can succeed on another
Oh, yeah,
team.
yeah. It'll be interesting. Because
This town still talks about him like he's a youngster.
Yeah.
he's only 32. He'll be 33
But it's
next
12
month.
years,
but-
12 years in
Eric,
the team.
Eric, you were right. The Lions will never be good, but fuck the Bears. Also,
Fuck
Oh,
the
yes,
Bears.
fuck the Bears. Yes, the Bears suck. It's just what kills me is just that you had the opportunity, the way you were putting the staff together, the way you're putting the management staff and the coaching staff together. You had a really young head coach and a young GM, but they were putting senior guys around them with experience, veteran guys around them.
That we can come to a mutual agreement. Yes, fuck the Packers even more.
I hate the Bears more than the Packers.
What? Oh, I hate the Bears more than the Packers. Absolutely.
Why?
I was just joking.
I hate the Vikings the most.
Really?
Yes. I love Brett Favre. That's why I love the Packers.
Oh God,
dude, shut the fuck up now.
Get out!
You're off the show.
Get out! You're banned.
I knew that. Get him
fired. I hate that fucking pillhead. I hate that motherfucker. I hate him.
No, I hate the Bears because the Bears, here's why I hate the Bears so much. They always have the opportunity to be a good team, and then they go and blow it all the time by picking bad quarterbacks.
What? Mitch Trubisky? No, I'm not even going to
Rex Grossman throws 8 picks in a game against the Cardinals and somehow still makes it. Their team still somehow makes it to the Super Bowl that year. And then, that was
bro, the Super Bowl shuffle Bears, they're still badass.
Uh-huh.
Is Minnesota's
Brian
stadium
Urlacher, bro.
indoors or outdoors?
Outdoors.
It is outdoors?
Oh, no. That's baseball.
I'm
sorry.
It's closed. It's enclosed. Yeah.
Retractable roof or like Ford Field?
Did they do
There's not many retractable roofs in football, is there?
No.
No.
That's a good point, Eric. 30 years of Brett Favre and Rodgers and only 2 Super Bowls.
Well, Eric,
Correct.
when was the last time that the Bears had a Super Bowl? They've only got one.
That's
and I
true.
thought they had your savior in Rex Grossman or Mitch Trubisky or actually, contrary to what everybody thinks, I think Mitch Trubisky could end up being a decent, not a good quarterback, but I think just because I've watched some of his play, I think he could actually be a decent quarterback somewhere for somebody who doesn't care about winning much, But he won games for you. I mean, he went 5-0 this year, and then they fucking benched him.
So,
and then when they put him back in, he won.
I got to look into this. I'm just looking at it real quick, but do you know what Goff's contract hit is this season, or his cap number is this season?
It's like $34-point-something million.
$34 million.
Yeah.
And then 32.
Yeah.
By the way, this Eric Cook is a guy, if you go to our Radio Underground page, I share quite a bit of his memes. He's He's a meme wizard.
Is he the one who had the one with the girl flashing in the bathroom and said, "Look at the counter"? Look at
yeah.
Yeah, it was a really good one. I actually like that one.
Eric.
It was just Bernie.
You know what else I learned recently is
I can still rip on any Bears player.
Yeah.
Matthew Stafford's house that he had is the largest residential infinity pool in Michigan.
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah.
He did.
They could, when they got that house, they completely renovated it.
Where does he live at? Bloomfield or something?
West Bloomfield Township or West Bloomfield Township or Bloomfield Township. I don't know.
But that area where all the when Iserman came back to be the GM of the Wings, the fucking Freep or one of them pretty much just gave away where the dude fucking lived.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it was what a fucking dick move.
Right. Right.
Eric asked me earlier, Jay, because you were the only person that would even be able to answer this. Are you going to watch the Royal Rumble?
I am.
So
that's tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
So he's the wrestling guy. I haven't watched wrestling since the Monday Night Wars.
There is a fucking gripe I have though about the Royal Rumble. So I like Eric Bischoff a lot from WCW, and I like listening to his podcasts and stuff. And his thing was always surprise the audience, quit promoting the fuck out of everything.
Yeah, that's what it should be.
Even if I don't get a good turnout for this viewership of something, if I surprise you, I'm going to get the kickback on next week because it's going to go word of mouth surprising. The Royal Rumble used to be cool because you'd be like, who's going to be number 1? Who's going to be number 2? Who's going to be number 30? They literally started just telling everybody on this stupid backstage
that was always
show.
The best part.
They were like, tune in tonight so we can tell you who's number 1 and 2 and 30. So me and another guy that's probably going to watch it tomorrow, we're like, now we got to stay in a bubble and treat this like movie spoilers because WWE is not enjoyable anyways, but you're sucking the little bit of enjoyment that's left in this product out of it.
That was the best part of watching Royal Rumble.
So for short-term gains on a throwaway show that they don't care about called WWE Backstage on Fox or whatever.
Yeah.
It was on 8:00 today. They literally were like, tune in at 8 to find out who's number 1, 2, and 30. It's no.
I won't do that.
It's fucking stupid.
Who's going to win the Royal Rumble? The one-man gang.
One-man gang.
Shockmaster.
Shockmaster.
The one-man gang. Are you serious?
Oh, I was
going to say that dude's around still. There's no way, dude.
He's still alive, isn't he?
Didn't Didn't Ric Flair? He entered I remember when he entered 1 or 2, and he went the whole way and won it somehow.
Yeah, and the best part was that year it was for the championship. It wasn't for a shot to be against the champion at Mania. It was to be the champion. They've done that a couple times though.
Your thing.
Someone posted a picture of him when he first started, and he was still the Nature Boy, but he had Indian beads and all this other stuff on.
Oh, did he really? Yeah.
Native American beads.
But yeah, wrestling now is so fucking whack because WWE, AEW is still cool, but it's they'll have a guy they'll sign back Batista or something a couple years ago, who hasn't been in it in years. You could just have Batista come out and have a holy shit moment, and then that'll start spreading on Twitter and spreading on Facebook, and all of a sudden people holy shit, Batista showed up. Then that next week you'll get the kickback, let's go watch Batista.
Yep.
What they do is they fucking pick a date May 15th, and then for 3 months they just tell you Batista returning May 15th. It's
yeah, because he fought at WrestleMania. He didn't fight at WrestleMania last year. It was the year before that, right?
With Triple H or something.
Yeah, it was an okay match, and he ended up throwing him against the steel. Anyways, but everybody knew he was coming back, not just them because he's on Raw a few times. But there was no surprise.
But even AEW, they've done a really good job of bringing in ex-WWE guys and surprising it. But they fucking had Sting show up out of nowhere as a surprise one time. And that's
what is Sting, 60 now?
Sting is actually 62.
Whoa.
Yeah.
But he looks pretty good minus his hair.
Yeah. I didn't see him.
He needs to go find the whatever guy Jeremy Piven and Joel McHale have dealt with. And because those guys have some good looking heads of hair that aren't fucking real.
Oh no. Dude, Jeremy
AEW is fucking terrible.
I remember
Eric Cook says.
I like AEW.
What was it?
Better than WWE. I don't
in the 90s, he was in that movie PCU.
PCU? Looked like a 45-year-old.
He was already like that.
I can't bring myself to like modern wrestling at all.
No.
There's no edge to it. And
no, he retired,
I liked it better when they were all dysfunctional alcoholics that
cocaine.
Slept with ring rats. There was fights backstage, bullying, racism, all the stuff you need to make a good product.
You know what I just learned
it's not
about
there anymore.
BCU recently is George Clinton and Parliament or whatever is the band in that.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be Nirvana.
Oh, was it?
But he was dead.
Yeah. I don't know if he was dead at that point. No.
It came out in 94, but
they
I think
their management advised them not to do party movies
for
that.
It came out in 94, but it was made obviously before that. So yeah, when
I was gonna say
that is a great part though. When John Favreau
blow me where the Pampers is.
Blow me where the Pampers is. Still one of my favorite lines in any movie.
Don't wear the shirt of the band you're going to see.
At the end of that movie, David Spade does that rant, bitching about everybody, saying how I think that would have been me.
So
the pillow biters.
Do you have the WWE Network?
Yeah, I do.
So now, what they're offering is if you get the Peacock, which is the new NBC one.
No, yeah, I know that. Yeah.
If you pay for Peacock, you will get WWE free.
And that's actually one of the things I want to talk to you guys about. I don't know how things make money anymore.
No,
I used to think I knew. I thought I knew basic economics.
That's out the window.
I have no idea how this stuff makes money.
It's how is something profitable? If it's, I mean, if a movie's not going out,
the big one to me is porn. How do they make a dime?
I don't know. There's no sponsorship deals with porn.
It's not like
but like you just said,
the My Pillow guy. These people aren't sponsoring the porn. You know how are they getting money?
Brought to you by Columbia House.
Yeah, we're like,
is they even around anymore?
Chick-fil-A. Watch us go get her.
Mike Lindell supporting Pornhub.
That'd be funny. They should do that. They should come together to completely blow up the Matrix. Mike Lindell and then the guy that runs Pornhub with his fucking bolt in his lip. I forgot his name.
No, but how does fucking Netflix even make any money?
Well, Netflix costs $18 a month.
Yeah, but that's just $18 a fucking month.
But they have how many hundreds of millions of subscribers now? You're just thinking about here,
right? But
they're huge.
They pay.
That's why you have so much Indian content and stuff like that.
Yeah,
because the Indian market is the biggest growing Netflix market there is. They average 2 million new subscribers a month.
So there's people.
And there's a billion of them over there.
There's some.
Yeah.
There's some people like.
There's a billion of them little fuckers.
But I mean,
They're like
I'm just-
1/3 our size.
I'm just looking at the business model rolled back from a couple of years ago. So people used to really buy a lot of physical movies.
Yes.
And like up until probably, would you say maybe 2012-ish?
Yeah.
Right around
There is when that probably kind of died off.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I know myself in the early 2000s, even as a young 20-something, I would buy a DVD a month.
Yeah.
Or Blu-ray a month or whatever, maybe a CD a month. And
Well,
it's like,
yeah, I mean, like same thing with music. I bought a CD. I'd go to the record store.
Get it from Columbia
At
House.
least once a month.
So when I
need
look
that
at something like
sponsorship.
Spotify, where I pay $10 a month for unlimited fucking music, it's like buying a CD a month, which I was probably doing more than that when I was a teenager with no money anyways.
Dude, they have a family deal. For $15 a month, you get 4 logins on Spotify.
Well, if
Really?
if
I got all 4 of us on Spotify.
Really,
if-
$15?
Yep.
if you do Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, you had 6 months of Spotify with it. EA access, like all these bundles they put together.
Yeah, the bundles are insane.
It's fucking insane. So you get unlimited everything for like $15 a
Yeah,
month.
I
so
have,
how do they make money?
I have Hulu for free because there was a 3-month window where if you're a Spotify user, you get Hulu for free.
Yeah.
I thought it just meant for a short amount of time. No, I've had it for fucking 3 years now.
Yeah.
Like I don't pay shit for Hulu.
Well, and when the Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, I didn't pay a dime for it for it was like 9 months. So they said we're just going to force everybody. They took all my back pay and everything for the shit I bought in the past and bonus points and everything. I didn't have to buy anything for 9 months. I had Spotify and everything all paid.
Yep.
And now I'm at the point now where I switched over to Apple Music because it's I got an Apple phone. Why not?
Mm-hmm.
But it's Spotify. Actually, I like the user interface better personally. But I got Apple now. But anyway, basically, I didn't pay for anything for like a fucking year.
But the
Yeah,
bundle,
that's what I got with my phones. I get Apple Music and Apple TV for a year for free. I got to sign up for.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting.
well, I don't know how they make money though, Jake.
But like you said, look, so I guess what you're trying to say is I already have the W Network and I pay $10 a month. And then Janine has the free version of Peacock.
You'd have to get the pay version of Peacock, which is $5.
Okay, but then what I was told, pretty much what's going to happen is Peacock is going to take over W Network, so it'll be like a
deal.
a division of that where I go to Peacock to access the W Network.
Yeah.
So it's still going to be $10 for me since I'm already a subscriber.
I see what you're saying.
So it's so I'm getting the free version of Peacock.
You know what though? But I think what it is it's the free, because even on the free tier of WWE Network, no, that's not right. Because you still get the pay-per-views.
So at worst, I'm paying $5 more to get more stuff, which does not make sense about the amount of money that WWE is getting from NBC for selling to them. I don't know
And
how
that's the
anything
thing.
works anymore.
And that's the thing. NBC doesn't own the WWE Network. It's
No.
just a partnership deal.
Well, here's how they make money, guys. We're the product. Not what we buy, not what we consume. We
But
are the product.
let's use that WWE Network as an example. You pay $10 a month,
Yes.
and you get access to everything. You don't get Monday Night Raw the week of. You get I think they show it a week later or 2 weeks later.
Their historical library of content
Yep.
is fucking amazing.
But-
I would pay just for that.
But you get every month the pay-per-view, which usually costs $50 or $60.
HD WrestleMania on pay-per-view, I believe, was
Brian,
$70.
do we have a WWE code?
No.
Radio Under WWE.com/Radio.
But exactly. So they're going from people buying a million buys of, let's say, a million buys of WrestleMania at $60 a pop.
Yeah.
Now you can just get the network for $10 a month and still get WrestleMania for free.
Here's the best part about that too. So many Americans now have so many different credit cards and debit cards and email addresses.
Yeah.
You get, I think, 3 months or a month free for W Network. You could literally just sign up for that free month of WrestleMania under a new account with a new email and a new credit card and just keep getting the free trial. Because I only signed up for the W Network because my buddy, we used to have WrestleMania at my house and his login wasn't working. And we were like, well, fuck, we just have a party to watch WrestleMania and your account ain't working now. I'm like, well, I'll just sign up for the account. And I ended up really liking the network, so I kept it.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. When I had it for like 3 months, and I liked it.
Yeah, the historical library, because you can watch anything ECW.
Yeah.
Anything from there, anything from WCW. But you're right, though. Like, if you just wanted to watch, say, what's the two big ones, SummerSlam and WrestleMania, that would be $60 like $120 for the year for just 2 pay-per-views.
I would say even a casual does. I think they do 3. I'd say a casual does 3 or 4 per year.
Royal Rumble is always my favorite one.
So I think casuals do 3 or 4 per year.
And right there, I mean, just paying it the $10 a month, you're saving money by not buying those pay-per-views.
And you get the library of all the awesome.
And their documentaries are top-notch.
Yeah. That Monday Night Wars one was way too long, but it was still pretty awesome.
Yeah, they'll do some really good ones, just like
20 episodes.
2 hours about Paul Heyman, and it's like interesting.
Well, I think it's kind of like the workout, even if it's a 20-minute to 30-minute one you do every day, is better than the one you do for a while and then stop. So they're constantly getting that 10 a month, no matter what. You're 10 a month forever.
Yeah,
so they're going. Yeah.
And I am realizing like wrestling is super fucking niche. Like it's not like it's even more niche than fucking hockey. Like, so.
No, it's way more niche than that now.
Speaking of workout, you sent me something about you're getting prepared for a hunt.
Oh yeah, for our Bigfoot hunt, I've been training.
All right.
So I don't know how to make money.
You got
That's
the total gym going?
No, I got the total gym. I alternate an hour on the total gym and an hour on the bike, and I've alternated every day, with Sunday being my day that I rest because
that's God's day.
Yeah, it's God's day.
Right.
And then I do it again, and I am so sore, and it hurts.
And then you're doing your immune boost.
I'm doing an immune boost. Well, that's to not get COVID, because I'm not going to take the vaccine. I don't want to.
I've been doing a lot of carbo loading, getting ready for the Bigfoot hunt.
Carbo.
Alfredo.
I have a feeling there's going to be like 2 of us that are going to be able to actually walk into the woods, and that's going to.
I mean, as far as the walking and stuff, I'm going to be fine because I walk all the time.
What if when you find Bigfoot, he's a lot of shape and diabetic?
He could be.
Well, I'll give him some insulin.
I do know that when I'm done with
I know the problem.
I have decided that when I'm done with my community service, I am going to go to get some doctoring done.
That's a good idea.
Because I'm pretty sure that the hernia that I had before I went to jail that I told them about when I was in the emergency room that they did not check is giving me a lot of severe discomfort again. Now that I'm doing physical labor.
It'll go away on its own.
Where you got yours at, low or high?
It's like right in here. It's like pulling really bad.
Yeah, you had surgery, right?
Yeah, I had that. That surgery fucking sucks, dude.
Yeah.
It's way more. The doctor was pretty coy about how painful it's going to be. Like, it made it sound pretty routine. It did not do it justice how much pain I was in for that first week after.
Yeah,
you'll be uncomfortable.
But like, it wasn't bothering me.
You got to push your guts back in every once in a while.
Yeah, but it wasn't bothering me like really that much. Well, I went to the emergency room and I told them, I'm pretty sure.
But it wasn't bothering you, though.
I'm pretty sure this was the issue.
Well, a year ago, he went to the emergency room.
This was when I first got out of jail. I did that because they had me working doing landscaping at the parks. That was part of my jail sentence.
Postal digger, it's perfect.
Yeah, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure that I got a hernia. I'm pretty sure I've had this for a while, and then they did all these stupid tests, pumped me full of fluids and all this stuff, and then said, well, we did find that with the CAT scan that you are literally full of poop and you have to go clean out and go see a gastro whatever.
It's like you and John Wayne.
Yeah. And I'm like, did anybody check anything to do? Well, you have to go do this, and then and then you can set up an appointment to look at.
I mean, if you let it go unchecked, you can get like the strangulation of your guts, where like it's so much of it's peeked through the like hole that it's like choking your digestive system out.
If you get that, will you lose weight?
You'll lose life.
So this would be the next part that I was going to.
Get on that total gym.
I have had, even though I haven't had the pain all the time over there, but I've had a lot of severe digestive issues over the last year.
It'll fuck you up nicely.
Yeah. Yeah. So before we, so as soon as I'm done with the community service, because I'm not stopping now, I got it. I got the perfect place to do it. I'm getting it done mid-April. It's done. And then I will go handle the other situation, which is this, so that by September, we will be going hunting Bigfoot.
Well, I mean,
and I will be in shape.
We're going to...
Ish.
I was because it's kind of, we're doing it for fun and it's going to be hilarious. And people have brought up to me like, what if you actually find something? What are you going to do? I'm like, I have no idea. Because if I find the footage, then we're rich. And then I said I'll probably buy some better mic stands for these guys.
I think that we will all probably turn on each other out in the woods.
Yeah.
And one of us will come out to Survivor.
How many people are actually doing this?
Well, so far, I think 5.
And camping.
Camping, yes.
Camping for sure.
I wanted to get an Airbnb, and that's not a joke. That's not a joke. There's one right in the middle of everything.
Well, I figured we could get a real good, like in some redneck county, just outside of Vegas, we could get an RV to rent.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Then we could go into the mountains. And
so you're saying fly into Vegas, rent the RV.
Yeah. And I have a CDL, so I can get any RV.
Right.
I have a CDL. I can legally drive any RV ever built.
I love this idea.
So we don't have to be in discomfort.
What would be the weather when you guys would be doing this?
It'll be probably pretty nice because it's September. We're thinking
September in Oregon.
Well, it'd be near the border of California, Oregon.
That should be nice.
It's actually pronounced Oregon.
If
you're from there.
Oregon.
Or Oregon, if you're from everywhere.
And it's not far from Mount, you've heard of Mount Shasta, right? No, you never heard of Mount Shasta, California?
I've drank the pop.
I've drank the pop before.
There's a lot of stuff going on Mount Shasta. That's where the Lumerians are living in the mountain and all kinds of different stuff.
There's UFO. Remember the one guy I said, Brian, I was like, Brian, I just happened to be on 4chan looking at the GameStop trolling because those guys are engineering. They're poking the bear and everything.
Yeah.
But then on 4chan, there was like, is Bigfoot real or not? And all these people are posting. This guy's like, he goes, back in the 60s, someone saw a fucking pterodactyl, I'm telling you. Yeah. So there's all this crazy shit going on.
Mount Shasta is where all the weirdos live.
I got to imagine, like, when we get out that way, that there's just going to be a treasure trove of weirdness, through those areas.
We're just going to catalog everything.
Can you guys do everything from, like, the 80s and 90s that was like that? Like, can one of you guys go in the mirror and do the Bloody Mary thing while you're out there, too?
Yeah. Or go to the bathroom of the RV.
Just do Biggie Smalls.
Biggie Smalls.
So wait, actually, it's 6 of us because Aaron, Jeff.
Jeff too.
So that's 6.
Yeah,
we have 6.
Oh, since I last saw you guys too, I actually traveled on an airplane.
Yeah, you went to the Carolina.
Yeah.
South Carolina.
Oh yeah, that's right. That was last week, right?
And
Did you get COVID?
No. Well, it's actually funny. Right when I got
Please
back,
don't come near me.
My buddy sent me the link that's like first South African variant shown in South Carolina. I'm like, he's like, are you concerned? I'm like, am I concerned about the one guy that has the South African variant that's covered by the same vaccines we've been using that I happen to probably come in chance with? Like, come on.
Yeah, the possibility.
I'm gonna get near that one guy in South Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But it's fucking weird is that like I was really apprehensive. My work's been really weird about stuff. Like if you call in for anything like headache, sore throat, like they take it super serious. You got to be like 10 days off. It's like, you serious? But so I was kind of apprehensive about even going on, letting them know. I keep to myself at work anyways. I don't talk much, but I'm not going to lie either because it makes it sound like you're doing something sketchy if you lie. So if anybody asks me, like, yes, I am going somewhere. But then I got back and they're like, you went on a plane? What was it like? I'm like, the fucking mall we work at is scarier than the goddamn airport. There's way more people here.
Yeah.
The airport was dead as fuck. We got through from the moment we parked off site, took the shuttle, and we were at the gate for our plane 30 minutes later.
Oh, wow.
Like no one at TSA. Like it's, I don't know, man. I felt totally
I'm on immune
safe by
support. I don't care.
Yeah.
Brian hasn't had his second shot though, so he's not totally.
I've been doing immune support too, though.
Yeah.
But the first shot is like
Vitamin
72% effective.
I got some really good elderberry, zinc, vitamin C chews.
Have you tried any of the memberberry chews?
Member berries.
Remember?
I do.
Remember Star Wars? Remember Chewbacca?
That shit was so good. So they didn't do a season this year, which I was kind of disappointed about.
I know. I don't know what's going on.
They did the one pandemic episode, which was great. But it's like for the way they do their show, you could do that pretty hands off. Like not be around people.
You don't need to be there, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I assume you guys are talking about South Park, right?
Well, it was, obviously the documentary was 6 days to South Park, so I mean, it was kind of, they all work pretty tight together when they make that.
But I guess
the
my
show,
point is, if
but-
you can make one pandemic special episode, you can make a fucking full season of shows.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know
They're
if
just
something
slacking.
else came up or what, but yeah.
especially now, how many people are home just craving original like programming content? South Park
the
would have
thing
been.
is it's like, I mean, they've had so much in this last year that they could have just made a great season out of. But maybe that's why they didn't do it. Maybe they're like, we'll just chill back here.
It's weird because like
Let everybody else go nuts for a while.
Trey Parker said that before. He's like, every time the world gets kind of wild and we're not actively doing a season, we have all the stuff stored up that we can like, use for future episodes. But it's like, he said sometimes it's like the really obvious shit is cool to use, but sometimes it's not. So something like Tiger King, we all would like to see a South Park do something with Tiger King. But he's like, it's just so easy.
Yeah.
Like,
Right. It's so easy to just kind of make, I can rip this apart.
Tiger King is like a South Park version of what someone from Oklahoma would be. It's like like Tiger King itself is a Trey Parker.
pizza, Alfredo.
Yeah. Yeah. I like how he kept them captive where they couldn't leave.
I only watched that the one time, and I think I want to get
never seen it.
It was one of those things. It was like when I saw The Exorcist when I was 12. It's like it once was enough. I don't need to see it.
I've not.
I don't
seen
really
it.
even need to talk about it ever
I
again.
mean, the only thing
it.
one thing I do know is like the crazy broad. It was on Dancing with the Stars, and then the crazy gay dude is like, I'm too gay to be pardoned by Trump. That's the only two things I really know about it.
I thought that was
some dude's
great
arm
that he had a limo
some
waiting
dude
for
or
him.
chick's arm got ripped off by. a
Well,
tiger.
yes, both.
It's 100% worth watching, and I'm almost thinking it might be better the second go round.
Now, Al, what you said some chick or dude's arm got ripped. That's actually kind of what happened.
Yeah,
Right.
Like
Because she's a chick that has transitioned
Oh,
to a dude.
oh,
So
Okay.
you unknowingly, without ever watching a single minute of it,
look at me.
pegged it perfectly.
Look at me. I am so not transphobic at all.
And when it
said
happens,
pegged.
Joe Exotic goes and puts on a EMS jacket that he just happened to have on standby.
Oh, and then I think you're the one that told me that afterward he said, this is going to ruin me financially.
Yeah.
or
Yeah, he
something.
didn't care about his friend's fucking arm.
He's in the gift shop. He's like, this is going to ruin me financially.
Yeah, he was. He was one of those people that cared about the bottom line. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, he did.
And they're going to make a movie about the reality that I guess Nick Cage is playing Joe Exotic, which is the worst casting.
Really?
I don't know because it's not serious,
No.
and I think that's why Nick Cage is perfect.
And
for
we
it.
know that Nick Cage can do somewhat.
And I thought his was the movie.
accent.
Kate McKinnon from SNL is doing the series.
Yep.
It really should have been Dax Shepard.
Well, Nick,
Probably.
Nick Cage did a good redneck in Raising Arizona.
Yeah, absolutely. Hi.
As did William
I think-
Forsythe, the honorable William
The
Forsythe.
With something
honorable.
that crazy, his over the topness might just work.
I still haven't checked in on that swear word documentary series that
He's okay in it. I mean, he's not. He's only in it for a couple minutes each
I heard
episode.
they're like 20-minute episodes. Which
What is it?
Something.
The history of swear words. He's the host.
Yeah.
But most
Nick Cage.
Nick Cage.
Yeah. It looked kind of cool. He's like sitting by like a campfire. Like
I
all,
would
like,
watch
all, like,
that.
legal. He's like, it'll tell you the history of the word fuck.
I would
Yeah,
I would watch
and
that.
he actually yells the word "fuck" really long and loudly, and has the fakest. His hair is fake. Also,
Oh, yeah.
we talked about that earlier, with other people with fake hair.
Dude, he was another one that was like, he had like very thin like hair anyway, like thin.
Yeah.
Like even when he was young and it was full.
He's one of those guys that was
When he
thinning
had a full
at
hairline,
23.
it was thin. So it was already like,
Travolta's was really, really
like
odd, too.
Anthony Edwards. When you saw Anthony Edwards way back early on, his hair was like thin. So you knew he was going to be, certain people you could just tell,
And like we were talking about Sting a little bit before, like he's 62 and his hair sucks, but it's like, he's one of those, like when I
Sting
was
70.
Sting the wrestler.
Oh.
Yeah. But we were talking about like
Sting,
when,
the wrestler, yes.
when you're younger and you think about losing your hair,
Yeah.
the automatic thing is like, well, once I start losing, I'll just shave it. But that doesn't work for everybody when you realize you go like someone like Sting the wrestler, he actually looks more normal with thinning shitty hair than
Right.
if he was to just have a bald fucking head.
See, like I
If you have a veiny neck and the it was like
one of my closest friends growing up, like he passed away, but he was thinning a little bit, but it wasn't bad. But he cut all his hair off. He shaved it, and he had like the back of his head was just flat. It
Yeah.
just didn't. Yeah, I mean, I got used to it eventually, but like it just didn't.
But you said Anthony
Yeah,
Edwards. That's one dude that started balding, and he kind of just kept it short.
Yeah.
And he looked more normal having short balding hair than if he was to just straight up
like
have
on
a bald
like
fucking
on
head.
ER when he kind of shaved
Yeah.
it a little bit, but it was still
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right,
it looked normal.
Right, exactly. So like to me, like it, yeah, was like seeing him with a lot of like.
But you got to ride
I
that.
got
You got
really
to
used to
ride that
seeing-
line between you look good with a naturally balding hairline, or you look like a child molester.
I
There's
got
that
like
line.
really like with Jeremy Piven. I got used to just like that was what he looked like, and then all of a sudden he went and plugged his hair all up, and I'm like, what?
And he stands on his tippy toes. You
Oh,
guys
yeah,
showed me
yeah,
that
yeah.
too.
Because
Which
he's
is
like-
fucking
Because he's
funny.
like 5'6"
Yeah.
and doesn't want to be 5'6".
Yeah, but I mean, when I first saw him, I was like, whoa, what did he do?
And him and his best friend don't talk anymore.
Who's his best friend?
John Cusack.
Oh,
They don't talk anymore.
well, then they're not best friends anymore.
Who's tall and has a full head of hair.
And
Right.
also is a kick-ass kickboxer.
Yeah,
John Cusack.
Cusack's a kickboxer?
Say anything.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, though. He was actually studying it, and he's been a student of kickboxing since.
nice.
When it was Say Anything, right? That was when he did kickboxing in. He says it's the sport of the future. Yeah.
It's a sport of his future.
Well,
So they're not friends anymore.
they're not friends. They were friends forever, and then all of a sudden
Friends.
they broke up, like Zack Attack.
When they were doing, when they were getting ready to make Breaking Bad, the two guys that were talked about to play Walter White were going to be Cusack or Matthew Broderick. Those were the two guys that the studio wanted to play that.
That would have failed.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I haven't seen it, but I've only seen a little bit of Breaking Bad. But I would have to say that
There would be no other person.
Cranston as Walter White is one of the best fucking like characters.
Well, you know,
ever.
like he was contractually obligated to Malcolm in the Middle, and they were talking about doing a season 8 of that. And if they would have went ahead and made that, he wouldn't have been available for Breaking Bad. So Malcolm in the Middle almost fucked us.
thank God for no more milk.
What's his name that played Malcolm? He's all fucked up now. He's got like some head trauma or something.
Yeah,
where
what
he
the hell happened
He doesn't
to him?
like. He doesn't even like remember like years of his life.
Yeah,
Yeah, something happened. I saw because he's married or something.
He
Something
races.
his
He
wife
races cars or dirt bikes or something, and he fucked his head up. And
Can't imagine hitting your head doing that. No.
yeah.
he also went out of town to like Paris to family funeral or something like that, and his fucking cat that he left turned on the water and flooded his entire fucking apartment.
The wet bandits.
Just
Wet
ruined
bandits.
Yeah,
everything.
they want you to think it was a cat. That was Pesci and Daniel Stern.
With wet bandits. We're the wet bandits.
Sticky bandits later on.
Yeah, sticky bandits.
Yeah, I saw something
I
about
thought
that
Marv
too,
looked
though.
like Marty, my buddy.
Yeah, totally. Like a taller, much
Yeah,
taller
looked
version.
like Marty.
Oh, man.
Got your
What
treat out.
updates?
What?
Oh,
Any
thought it was
updates?
some
I don't know.
You know what movie fucking rules with Daniel Stern and Piven is Very Bad Things.
Never seen it.
Really?
Ever saw.
Oh, wait. Christian Slater and...
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that. I'm sorry.
Favreau.
Favreau.
Yeah,
Favreau.
never saw that.
It's good.
It's a good movie. It's a dark... Cameron Diaz is in it.
It's pretty much
Then I'll go see
everyone
it now.
everyone talked about how The Hangover kind of ripped off from that movie, and it does a little bit.
Yeah.
But porn star Kobe Tai, was that her name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Asian.
Spoiler alert: on a 20-year-old movie, Piven accidentally kills her in the bathroom while they're having sex. He is humping her, and he backs her up onto the towel hook, and it goes right through her back, and she's just hanging there dead.
Yeah.
So they have to cover up the murder, and then the
There's a bachelor party thing.
Yeah, it's a bachelor party in
okay.
Vegas type thing.
Okay.
Oh, the fifth guy that's in
Dead
the bachelor
hooker?
party is the guy that in 7 has to wear the
That spike dildo thing.
spike dildo with the blade on it.
Yeah.
I can't think of the dude's name. He's like one of those character actors in like a bunch of random shit.
Brian's gonna look it up for us now.
He's in Punisher.
Yeah. But the Thomas Jane Punisher.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But it's not Thomas
severely
Jane.
underrated movie.
I think so, too. I thought it was
The
fine.
Thomas Jane Punisher is awesome.
Well, it's near and dear to my heart because of the torture scene where he yanks the piercings out of that guy. And for years, when I do this,
You always wanted to yank people's piercings out.
Well, the guy that does it's the guy that does the pain yell because he's getting his shit yanked out of his face by the dude from Remember the Titans.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
And he does that yell. Me and Craig for years when we'd see each other.
And the chick that plays Travolta's wife in that movie, I can't remember her name, but she's in like Mulholland Drive and stuff. She's so hot.
And Travolta's wife in what?
In the Punisher movie.
Oh, yeah.
That goes and cheats on, or they make it look like she cheats on him.
Yeah, and then Ayatollah Romain Stamos, his wife's in that movie too.
Yeah, Ayatollah Romain Stamos.
Rebecca Romaine Lettuce.
Yeah, she's kind of hot too, sort of.
And Kevin Nash is in that movie for a hot second.
He's the Russian.
Big sexy. The Punisher
I
killer.
forgot what I was looking up.
I don't know.
I gave
The
up.
guy from Seven.
The guy from Seven.
Yeah, Brad Pitt.
That dude.
Kevin Nash is fucking funny as shit though, because that we've all seen the Shockmaster thing where he fucking falls through the wall.
That's not Kevin Nash.
No, but I'm saying Kevin Nash is talking about this where he's like,
yeah.
He's like, he doesn't like
Tugboat
he doesn't
show.
like Sid at all, and Sid was part of that segment, and he's like, Sid would always go into business for himself. I have no idea how when that dude fell through the wall, Sid didn't just go there and start putting the boots to Tugboat's head just to get over.
Yeah, just start stepping on his face.
Just start stepping on his head because like Sid's running that fucking stupid promo and just rambling on and on and on about bullshit.
I'm like, yeah, he's still kind of like, I don't care who you are, boy. I'm gonna whoop you. And the guy's like fucking bent over.
Falls over because they had a board in the
I don't
fucking
care
wall.
where you're from, boy. I'm gonna boot. The Harlem Heat's trying not to laugh.
Are you having a hard time finding this actor? Because usually everything is so fast for you. You find it
You
like
cannot. Sid also had the soul
I can't
glow.
figure out how to Google it. I'm like, what am I supposed to Google here?
Sid was a white man with the soul glow fucking Jerry curl too. He had that fucking
Oh, okay. I think I know who it is.
grease going on. 6'7", ripped.
6'7".
I like how they're like, Sid, we need you to like diversify your moveset a little bit. Let's do some top rope shit. I don't know about that. Doesn't feel right. No, it'll be great. Breaks his fucking leg in half.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's Leland Orser.
That is his legs.
Lethal Enforcer. That's his name.
Who's that?
Leland. No, the actor's name is Leland Orser.
Leland Orser.
Yeah, you might have seen him in
oh,
stuff.
dude, he's been in
Tons of stuff.
I never knew his name, but he's been in a lot of stuff.
He was married to Jean Triplehorn at one point.
Who's that?
She's in Basic Instinct.
Oh, it's a lady.
She's in Basic Instinct.
She's in a lot of things.
But
a domestic suspenseful thriller.
Yeah.
Like we
and
talked
then
about.
what's the Tom Cruise lawyer one? She was in the Firm. She played his wife.
You know what I just watched recently was A Few Good Men, and that's still pretty good.
You can handle the truth.
a good
That's
movie,
exactly
though.
how he delivered that line.
You can't handle.
can't
You want my
handle the truth, man.
impersonation? Do you want me to start doing impersonations?
No, please
again?
don't. Please don't. Please don't. Please don't.
You can't handle the truth.
That doesn't sound like Jack Nicholson at all.
You sound like Tommy Wiseau from The Room. Hello, doggy.
Hello,
I still love it that
handle the truth.
Oh, hi, Mark.
every time I walk into work, I'll say, "Oh, hi, Mark," to the guy Mark, and he has no idea what I'm talking about. No one there does because they're all old people.
My uncle Mark, my dad's brother, will come over to my parents' house all the time, and every time he comes in, my mom will be like, "Oh, hi, Mark," and me and my brother just start fucking laughing, and
Like giggling in the corner.
and no one has any idea why we're laughing, and we don't know how to explain it.
But we walked in from somewhere, and the dog was barking, and my daughter's like, "Oh, hi, Bark," and I was like, "That's stupid, but that's great." You've never even seen the movie.
Did you watch The Disaster Artist though?
No.
Oh, you got to watch that.
No, I haven't watched it yet.
It's fucking great.
Did we talk about Bigfoot hunting already?
We started to talk about the RV rental and all that good stuff.
You need to get onto Facebook again, Alan, so you
I'm
can
going to
join our Bigfoot hunting group.
Well, the erection is over, so now I can go back on Facebook and get all on that good stuff.
It's Abo. How do you pronounce it? Abhoa is the group.
Abhoa. I saw
Abhoa.
something about this.
Anabolic Bigfoot Hunters of America. We're Abhoa.
That is.
That's us.
So it also sounds Polynesian too.
It does.
So
Well, I thought about if we just because a lot of times we'll.
So is there already a group, or is this what we're naming ourselves?
this is what
naming
we're calling
ourselves.
ourselves.
Sweet.
It's a whole new Facebook group we started.
Anabolic Bigfoot
Hunters
So if we run into another
hunters, Bigfoot hunters
of America.
of America.
That
But
sounds like a
you know what,
90s
sometimes-
porn star, Anabolic.
But you know what? It was diabolic videos. They made porn, no joke. Maybe anabolic. too.
Diabolique.
But sometimes what they'll do is like in names like that,
Emanuela in space.
of won't like of is an important word, so it'll be like ABHA. We could call ourselves ABBA.
No.
But the reason I put the O in it,
Abahoa.
and I understand,
like it.
I understand why you would say that because the O and or like the and of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it sounds like ethnic.
No, I like it. Abahoa.
Well, Abhoa.
Abhoa.
A lot of people don't know this. Abhoa is actually the ancient Cherokee name for the Sasquatch.
How many Sasquatches are allegedly left on Earth right now?
How many
there's
they're
about-
supposed
They don't live on Earth. They take their portals back to the other dimension.
Into the caves?
Yeah.
Duh. Don't you understand anything?
There's none here. They're in a different dimension.
Any other plebeian
Different plane of
questions?
existence.
Nice.
So when we do find him and we become world famous,
Wait, how do you know he identifies as a him?
yeah.
When we find
Good.
it.
Well,
When we
we'll find out
when we find
if
they
Bigfoot is gender specific.
Hey, yo, Bigfoot, what's your pronouns?
Yeah.
Bigfoot. Yeah, I'm not assuming your gender, Bigfoot.
Why are you calling me Bigfoot? My name's Hal.
Yeah. Actually,
Yeah.
I'm quite small in my family. I'm only 7'3". The rest of my family is well over.
I'm
8
the
foot.
runt of the litter.
You find Bigfoot, it just has like a dress and lipstick on, and he's just super lame.
Dancing around to like Jagged Little Pill. in a cave.
Goodbye horses. Doo doo. Doo doo. Doo doo.
Crying.
That's great.
And Bigfoot will not. Bigfoot. I don't know. See, the thing is, when we find him,
Like,
like
it's pretty pathetic, really.
He was pretty lame. We didn't even want to hang out with him. We just
Just like we didn't record anything. We're like, fuck this. This isn't worth our time.
This dude sucks.
Stealing beef jerky and stuff.
So we walk into the woods.
Oh, so I was looking up when I was starting the.
So we go into the woods and we see him.
Damn it, we're gonna get a copyright claim now. We're not gonna make any money off this.
Totally worth it though for this.
Bigfoot, where are you? He's just sitting there like doing this.
This is from my favorite Bon Jovi video.
This song never would have been like so creepy until they put it in that fucking
Exactly.
movie.
That's what's so beautiful about it.
It's actually a beautiful song.
And now you hear it, and you're just like, all you do is get skeeved out.
Yeah. It's like some dude. Well, you can't say it skeeves you out. You're being closed-minded.
Yeah.
Because
Just because he's different from you.
yeah, who are you to judge a fucking cannibalistic serial killer that's trans?
Right?
You know?
Yeah.
No, he wasn't a cannibal. He just wanted to make suits out of skin.
Oh yeah, sure. You didn't eat the people, did he?
You're about
No.
size 14, right?
Actually, the story of this song is pretty sad. It's because her husband beat the fuck out of her all the time, and then she wrote the song.
I thought it was about heroin.
Nope.
Like the white pony, the goodbye horse is like kicking drugs.
Nope, getting beat up. That's what I heard.
I can't argue either one of those, so I have no idea.
It's about taking big girls and starving them and
Yeah.
You don't know what pain is.
You don't know what pain is.
cutting big diamonds out of their skin in the back.
Yeah.
I've actually been reading Red Dragon right now.
Are you?
Yeah.
You want to fuck me?
We're not gonna make any money.
I'd fuck me.
You ruined all of our monetization. We don't have any monetization.
And we don't have any anyway. Doesn't
She a
matter.
great big fat girl.
I want to hear one more chorus before I kill it.
Me and Hinkle always laugh about when like he knows he's caught and he like has that card. He's like, all right, I got that card for you, and then he like realizes just kind of flails away and then just like goes down to the basement. It's so fucking funny. He's like wipes his brow like, I got that card you wanted. Put your hands up. It's a pretty harmless song if it wouldn't be part of that movie.
No, you're right. That movie ruined the song.
It bastardized the entire
Fuck you,
song.
Ted Levine. You ruined it. she a great big old fat person?
I just watched Heat for the first time the other night. I forgot he's in that.
The Jim Gaffigan.
Oh, you've never seen Heat?
No, I've seen it before, but I saw it when it came out.
Oh, okay.
So I just watched it for the first time, and it's what 90s.
Have you guys seen Heat?
The Jim Gaffigan. He's like, you ever watch a movie that's old, but it's not old enough to be a classic, and you try to explain it to your friends, like, hey, did you guys watch Heat?
Oh, is that a bit? Really?
Yeah, Jay fucking just watched Heat, literally.
Yeah, like I saw Heat when it came out, and then I saw it maybe one more time in the early 2000s, but then I was like, oh, I read this Christopher Nolan book. It's all about his movies, and that's one of his favorite movies. So I was like, I kind of want to, because he said when he made Dark Knight, he wanted to base Dark Knight off of Heat as like a heist movie.
And yeah, you can see some of it, just some of the way he shot some of the...
So I was like, well, fuck, I want to rewatch Heat now. I forgot how good that movie is.
So good.
Yeah.
So good.
Piven also plays the patchy up surgeon in that movie.
Yep.
That has to help out Val Kilmer.
It's a
who I heard was also filming. He was simultaneously filming Batman
and Heat
at the same time.
Yeah.
Kind of interesting.
That was interesting.
No one does that anymore.
No.
I got to give Kilmer credit. He did the old school, like the old man thing where he was totally like fighting cancer and having a rough time and didn't tell anybody. Like, what's wrong with Kilmer?
He sounds horrible now.
But he fought it like in silence, like because that was something like
that's what you're supposed to do as a man. You're supposed to go hide in the corner and just die.
Right.
Because when I was growing up, like Grandpa's brother and shit, like you're a great uncle. Like he would be like dying of cancer, and out there like
picture Val Kilmer in a corner just dying.
Yeah, they're out there fucking digging post holes, dying of cancer. They don't give a fuck.
You okay, Val? Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm fine, man. It's nothing, man.
What was his swan song?
I think I got a toothache. I don't know if he's made
much. I don't know if he's made much since MacGruber.
Oh, when I was dating, like back at high school time, when I was dating Melissa.
Oh yeah, Melissa.
Her next door neighbor. I see the dude come home like every day. I'd be over at the house. I'd see, and then like all of a sudden, like I'm like, is something wrong with that dude?
He's just a little tired.
Is something wrong with him? He looks gray. I mean, he just doesn't look. He looks
like a scurvy.
He's changing into his true form. He's going to ascend.
I said that. Like I said,
space.
his skin looks like grayish, like like ashy, like looking, and like 3 days later, he died of cancer. His family, not anybody knew. He didn't. He worked until 3 days before he died of cancer.
Well, look at the.
That's how a man does it, baby. That's how a man does it.
Yeah,
like he didn't really want
anybody. He didn't tell anybody.
And then that wrestler I was talking about with you guys 2 weeks ago, like Brody Lee, he like had that lung issue, and he like before he like was shut down from even talking, he's like, "Please don't let this get out. Like I don't know what's on the other end of this."
Well, yeah, even Black Panther, he didn't tell anybody.
Yeah.
He was battling cancer for what 2.5 years,
4 years,
and he had to deal with fucking the tabloids. Be like,
yeah,
what's his name? Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah,
it's like, is he too skinny? Does he need to put on weight? Like it was like. Fucking goddamn!
Yeah, I gotta give him credit though. Those guys are like men, because I'm like, guys, I'm dying.
I'm dying. You need to give me money.
I'm gonna give you all the passwords. You guys got to keep the
right.
I mean, like, I would not be that way.
I think it is easier when you have money because you let your family know, you take care of stuff.
Yeah,
you don't need the world to know. Like people like us, kind of have stuff.
We need GoFundMe
to lose. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, there's nothing wrong with GoFundMe.
I have.
If I found out that I was going out, I'd be like, all right, Al, from your past, you know a Coke dealer. I'm going to give it a go. I've never done it.
Just try all this stuff.
And
then you'll get it done. Or like,
I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it right here. And then I'm going to exploit the ratings.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'd be telling people because I want them to listen to our show.
Yeah.
I know somebody that you guys don't know, so it's like I don't want you to like guess who this is, but like this guy is a real piece of shit, and he
Dave
has a lot of fucking health issues, and he would do GoFundMes to pay his medical bills while also sharing posts about him buying new guitars.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
No, that's not a good guy.
Not a good look at all.
No.
It's bad optics, as they say.
That's bad optics right there.
Yep. And he would always put this every time he would do a GoFundMe for anything medical. And the issues were real. Like he really did have medical problems, and he really did have bills that were piling up. But he had this one.
But he needed that Les Paul.
He had this one picture where he was put in a neck brace, I guess. And I found out this from I don't really know this guy that well, but he was in a neck brace for just maybe like 5 minutes while they were working on him for something. and someone took a picture of that, he saves that picture and he uses that picture every time he has to do a GoFundMe.
I like how you distance yourself from him all of a sudden. It's like, I didn't actually really know him that much.
No, I mean, he
was at your house drinking last
literally
night.
is a friend of a friend who I've never liked.
Oh, okay.
It's a guy that I had to spend time around when he was around.
Yeah, I know those.
But it was never my friend.
So, Jay, your roommate, tell me more about
No.
Tell me more about this guy. That you
Yeah.
hang out
So
with.
he uses this one picture where he's in a neck brace and his eyes are closed and it looks like a fucking corpse, and he uses that every time he does a GoFundMe for medical bills.
I'm gonna give that a try.
That is brilliant, actually.
And he was only in the thing because I guess he hurt his back doing something very minuscule, very simple. It wasn't like he was on the deathbed or anything. But that picture looks so much more important than it ever was.
It's like the guy had been on the show, other Jay.
Yeah.
He told me he had a friend that would pretend to be a girl, and he had a full profile and hot pictures of this fake girl to play World of Warcraft and stuff, and dudes would just give her weapons and armor because you can do drops and share stuff, and he would just fucking be this killer beast of a player because he pretended to be a hot chick.
Well, hell yeah.
Oh, that's
get your World of
now.
Warcraft.
See, but he didn't really. Who did he really hurt? He didn't take anybody's money.
He hurt a bunch of nerds. Who cares?
but
They deserve it.
yeah, MGTOWs.
Yeah, MGTOWs. Bunch of beta males.
Yeah, beta males.
Because I'm if I would never give out any of my good drops unless it was a friend that I knew personally.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
You fucking MGTOWs. Seal the deal, you fucking nerds.
Yeah, we're going on a MGTOW. Hey, Jay, have you ever heard of what a MGTOW is?
I have not. I need to be filled in on
Okay.
what this is.
Okay, you know what think of a radical feminist that hates men and blames men for all her problems.
Okay.
But a man
Yes.
that does the
MGTOW
same.
stands for
Men going their own way. They're
So the man is blaming the men or the women?
They're blaming women
women.
for all their problems.
Yep.
I thought that was the
Makes sense to
the
me.
incels.
Yeah.
Well, no, similar. There's some overlap.
Okay.
There's definitely overlap.
There's definitely some fucking overlap here.
Yeah, and the only besides us shitting on Metallica, the only time we get super downvoted is when we rip on these guys because they're all over the internet looking for people to dare insult their worldview, and basically they think it's not worth it to date or marry anything because women are just out to use and abuse me, and they're not getting it in my pocketbooks. And Brian pointed out men guarding their own wallets.
That's another, yeah.
It's like a variant of the same thing, and they blame women for all their problems. And we came up with a solution where the MGTOWs and the feminists need to fuck.
Yeah.
That also got a lot of hate when we did that video.
Because then, they don't have to
Only other than the Metallica digital or video.
No, that is our most. We got 7 likes and fucking 49 dislikes because and I want to talk about that too because I watched it the other day and I haven't looked at our ratios where we're it's called ratioing when you're doing shittily.
Yeah.
And I looked at that and I'm like, dude, you know what? You motherfuckers, you didn't even know who Metallica was. When fucking Al was a Metallica fan when it wasn't cool to be a Metallica fan.
Oh, man.
Al had a mullet. Al had a fucking mullet. And he was
Yeah.
liking Metallica when it wasn't cool.
I remember when Kill 'Em All came out.
I know what's not cool is charging a car of folks $150 to watch a fucking concert on a screen.
Damn right.
And-
You're damn right.
And you're talking to lifelong Metallica fan, Al.
Yeah.
I like them most of my life. I wouldn't say lifelong, but most of my life I like Metallica.
It's dude, I remember MTV, all right, when it first came out. I saw
remember
I saw
MTV.
Dio, Holy Diver.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, this is badass. And then I recorded it. I found it. I sat there with my little tape player recording it off the radio, and then I was jamming it. And these two dudes that lived down the street, Mike and Pete, they were brothers, and they heard me playing it. They're like, "Oh, that's badass, little dude." And they were a little bit older than me, and then they're like, "You need to check out this Metallica band." And they had a jam box, big old, and they played some, and it was Kill 'Em All. It was the only thing out yet, And I was like, "This is, come on, man." You know, there's like so much great shit on there. Phantom Lord. I mean, there's so much great music on there.
But El, you're not.
That was
you're,
like 10 years old.
You're not a legit fan.
All right.
And
because
Jay,
I didn't pay
and
$150 for a carload of people to watch a drive-in recording.
Because Jay happened to dare to say that it's pre-recorded, which makes it super lame.
Right.
Like, we have technology. Okay, like Jay, you said it best. So like, it's pre-recorded. That's super lame. What are we doing right now? We're live streaming.
Yeah.
I have no money. I'm broke.
Nope.
I have nothing. I have nothing to offer the world.
Yeah.
And I'm live streaming from my living room right now.
Hey, how about a living room full of you MGTOWs? Give us $150, you fucking nerds.
And like literally,
but the Metallica can't afford to just do it actually live.
Well, that's what we didn't understand.
That's what it was pre-recorded to make it so awesome and so.
Yeah.
I didn't care. I wouldn't care about that. I would, if I were to pay to see the show, and I wouldn't pay $150, but if I were to pay $50,
Yeah.
okay, for my carload or whatever, I would expect that it would be live stream. Considering I can live stream myself.
Right.
Everybody
Why can't
can.
you live
like
stream?
literally, everybody's been live streaming
It was
themselves
lazy.
for a year because of the pandemic,
I've watched
using
several-
Zoom and all this other stuff. The technology is there, just fucking live stream.
what's
No
really
one cares about it being perfect, James.
That's what it's supposed.
right.
It's not supposed to be. It's a concert.
Live, James. God.
Lars.
fucking Lars.
Fucking
It's
Lars.
definitely Lars's fault.
Fucking pansies.
The only person I won't blame is Robert. I like Robert, but the rest of you, fuck off.
Yep.
Yeah.
Robert's okay.
Kirk's kind of a battered woman too, though.
Yeah,
because
I think he gets bad. I think he's like
I wrote 100 guitar parts and one of them ended up on the album.
Yeah. Well, I'll say this about Kirk. His my favorite guitar solo ever is Unforgiven. I don't even like the song all that much. That's my favorite guitar solo ever recorded.
Yeah.
I love the solo from Unforgiven. Love it.
Unforgiven too, right?
No, the Unforgiven.
Yes.
Two.
The Clint Eastwood movie. Yeah.
Yeah, but like
Okay, I'll stop.
where Gene Hackman kicks his face in.
That's a good movie.
But the amount of people that were like so angered by that.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, guys, Metallica, and I hate to do this thing. I don't hate success. I don't downgrade success or like, but seriously, these guys are worth hundreds of millions of dollars.
Right.
They could have given you a live show at least. If you're going to pay $150,
yeah.
Why couldn't it have been live streamed in like 1080p, not even 4K? I won't even charge them that kind of bandwidth. 1080p.
Yeah.
Right to that screen. Live. They're live, you're live, so they're feeling it. There should have been like an audio recording. No, they didn't need a visual recording because it was nationwide. But say, hey, nationwide, everybody's around the globe, worldwide. They're watching it live, and they can get audio from certain places, and they can hear the cheering back.
Right.
So Metallica's hearing the cheering. You guys are digging it. It's live. But they didn't do that. It was pre-recorded. That is lame.
Lame.
We have the technology for the interaction. You could have had a live chat. We had live chat in fucking World of Warcraft in 2005.
Yeah.
Okay? Live chat, like, oh, dude, you're killing it, James. It's awesome. He could type it, and James could see it in his fucking scroll
But James
screen.
was lame.
Yeah. Lames. Lames Hatfield.
It's so fucking stupid.
Lames Hatfield.
Lames Hetfield.
Yeah.
Lames Arlrick.
Lames Hatfield and SARS. SARS Ehrlich.
Wow.
Lames and SARS ruining everything. Crying about alcoholism.
I'm an alcoholic. I gotta get rid of it. No offense.
Lames
I'm an
and SARS.
alcoholic. Let me play this concert at my vineyard.
At my yeah.
My vineyard.
But I'm gonna do it at my vineyard where we make wine and I don't drink it.
Me and
Sure
my
you don't, James.
me and my
Yo.
I'm gonna be in Las Vegas and get socked upside my head by James.
Is Saint Anger still considered the low point?
It's right down there.
Do you know that I honestly I heard? I'm not kidding you. When it came out, okay,
I'm talking about just musical output,
but
not them as
that
people.
one song. It was Saint Anger.
Yeah,
they premiered it. I listened to literally like a minute and a half of that song. I have never listened to that song or any of the album at all. I have never listened to. I have no idea what it sounds like.
The other song they released is a single from them. I can't think of the name right now. Yeah, but it's like, my lifestyle determines my death style. I was like, this is the gay shit I've ever heard.
It's really bad.
Yeah, I have never listened. So like there was one person that I remember back when it came out that said, "No, dude, you really got to listen to it. It's pretty good." And I'm like, I'm not listening to it.
Did you like the albums?
I'm gonna do this whole 20
then?
minutes as a video. I don't. It's just getting so much.
Did you like the albums they put out since then?
I like Death Magnetic. Some of that's pretty good.
Death Magnetic was pretty good.
It was a pretty good album.
It did feel like a throwback though too.
That's why I liked it. It had definitely throwback appeal.
8-9 minute songs. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
And then what was the one after that called Hardwired?
That had some decent stuff. They played some of that on Riff for a while. They kind of heavily promoted it.
But that
actually had a
album
decent.
felt like Death Magnetic felt authentic.
Yeah, it was really good.
Hardwired felt like they were trying to recapture.
Yeah. Because like to me, like what I heard, they were playing on the radio, and they were playing it pretty heavily on Riff for a few months or so. And I'm like, it was Metallica, but it was like, you know, to me, it was like Black Album or newer, more, you know, like you said, working harder to Death Magnetic. I was living in Utah, and Dave Grohl did a live thing on. They played it on the radio station out there, and he played the whole album, and then like interviewed them and asked them questions, and they played the whole album, and I was like, this is good. It was a really cool vibe how he did it and everything, and I'm like, this is a really good album.
Because people were kind of sour on the single. I can't remember the name of the song they released as the single.
Yeah,
from that.
I can't remember, but I thought that for the most part, I thought it was really good.
And we talked about this before in one of the episodes where people kind of look back on the Load era a little bit more fondly now than when it happened.
Yeah.
Because they're actually really good rock albums.
Yeah.
Well, and I think it was Frank of all people, and I think we've talked about it. He said to you, but I remember you telling me it. Frank said, okay, imagine Metallica was never a band, and all of a sudden Load came out, and this is new band Metallica, and you heard it. Would you think it was awesome? Yes.
Probably would, yeah.
Because you have nothing to compare it to.
I think Hero of the Day is an amazing song.
Yeah,
great song.
I love that song.
Yeah, I think and the video is awesome too.
I like Nothing's a good song.
I like that
2x4.
2x4.
That song with Marianne Faithful. I like that song.
Memory
Until It
Yeah,
Sleeps.
like,
I hated that song.
No, that's not Until It Sleeps. It's
Memory
Remains. Yeah.
Good song.
I hated that song when it first came out, and then like a few years later, I ended up liking it a lot.
House Jack Built. That song's awesome too. I actually will say I really don't like Reload a lot, and I don't actually remember a lot of the songs of that, but Load is awesome.
Yeah, I was just only bringing up Load because I swear I think it was Frank that made that much sense.
Yeah,
it was.
It's really, really hard
Of all
to believe.
humans.
It's really hard to believe, but yeah, it sounds like I remember that.
At that time, think about the landscape of music. What were they supposed to do?
No, I didn't just
still trot out there with the long hair and
that was my
sleeveless
thing.
shirts.
Like all the Metallica heads that I knew were like, yeah. I didn't mind. I went and saw them. In '96. It was promoting Load. That was the album at the time. It was them and Corrosion of Conformity, and I saw them. It was their 15th anniversary.
Think about it. Think about the bands that quote unquote stayed true to the thrash style. Like you got Slayer,
Anthrax,
and they all in Mega Dave.
Yep.
They stayed true. Was it ever as good as the old shit? Even though they stayed true to their shit.
No. I mean,
it's still
because there's a few albums that
it's still like God Hates Us All. I actually like that album a lot.
Yeah,
but I don't like anything else Slayer made post
World Painted Blood. I mean,
it's
but there's a lot.
And Mega Dave, they did a bunch of technical fast shit.
Yeah,
it wasn't as good.
But Metallica
Metallica could have stayed in their wheelhouse and it still wouldn't, because as you age, things change.
Yeah.
Hasn't Metallica always done a pretty good job of staying pretty relevant and fresh, where like people like Megadeth and Anthrax always feels dated?
Yeah.
It always feels dated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No point. Yeah.
Slayer, I kind of think differently because they kind of had more of like a
hardcore
a hardcore culty following. Where like even I can't think of the name of the singer of Anthrax right now, but he still is rocking that stupid fucking haircut.
Joey Belladonna.
Yes, like just cut your fucking hair. At least Dave Mustaine had the balls to grow the beard and look cool.
Yeah. Well, Slayer though, I will say this: I kind of knocked on Slayer, but Slayer was their stuff never got stale. It was always solid. It just, what I'm saying is, you're never going to be what you were. Like, whether it's for better or worse, you're not going to be what you were.
Well,
when you're a young man.
There's this like whole psychology with music, like when you're a teenager and you're developing your style, that pretty much you get to a certain age and like that is what you. So when even the bands you love, when they bring out new stuff, it's never, even if it's really good, it's never quite as good as. Oh, but it's never this good, because that was what
there's like a nostalgia effect to it too.
That's also what it's what turns you to their music. It's the music that made you want to listen to them all the time.
I could talk about shit like this all fucking day because it's also funny to think about bands that you've always knew about, you've heard about, you know who they are, but you've given them, time before to listen to and never really hit you. And then you get older and then it fucking connects with you.
Yeah, there's a lot.
And it's like, it could be an older band. It could be a band that's, more contemporary, but it's like, why is this hitting me now?
Yeah.
Well, I was telling them guys, when grunge came out.
Yeah, he wasn't a fan.
I did not like grunge. Huh. When I was young, I didn't listen to it. I didn't have a single tape. I didn't have anything like, I like grunge.
Tape.
Like, because it was tapes.
It was tapes.
Yeah, back then. And
sets.
And then as I got older, I was like, wow, I really like this Alice in Chains shit.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm refining. Like, man, this Soundgarden, they really write a tune, don't they?
That was your heat moment. Like,
there's definitely.
It feels like the big four of grunge sound vastly different to me as bands on their own than the big four of like thrash metal.
Yeah.
Well, we were talking about this last week, Jay, when we brought this up. Like, what is known as Seattle sound? It's not Seattle sound. It's just rock, because those guys don't sound like each other.
They
were from the same location,
but that was it. Yeah. I mean,
Alice in Chains. Alice in Chains is more metal. Nirvana was more punk.
More pop too.
Yeah, and like they were different than one another.
Yeah.
Pearl Jam was just rock. Pearl Jam is like a rock band.
Pearl Jam
could have played Woodstock in the old days.
Pearl Jam used fucking wah pedals, and they had no problem doing funky stuff.
Yeah. Pearl Jam could have like done a tour with Hendrix.
Yeah.
And it would have been fine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
so
they weren't anything like each other.
Would you say Soundgarden or Alice in Chains were the heavier one of the...
I would say, no, the heaviest one... Alice in Chains.
Alice in Chains is probably the heaviest.
Alice in Chains got put on. They were always on tour with. They were always put on tour with Pantera.
But if you look at like Soundgarden, like a lot of their stuff is bluesy based too.
Like
you could Zeppelin-esque. They used a lot of alternate tuning, tons of alternate tuning.
So you say the heaviest band of the four we're talking about was Alice in Chains.
As far as like a straightforward like rock, like hard band
riffs,
going out
distorted guitar.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, it's absolutely what. But
you could potentially put Soundgarden some of their shit.
Oh, sure.
You could put some of their shit. They could have done like They could have done like Bayou Sludge. They had a slow. They could do.
Yeah, there was a lot of different. That's the thing. They were always exploring, and that's kind of why for a while they really didn't get. They didn't once they brought out like Bad Motorfinger and they had like a couple powerful songs, Rusty Cage, Outshine, then Black Hole Sun, and
which was such a fucking departure for them at that time.
Yeah,
because Spoon Man was the first single from that album, right?
Right, but I mean, if you really listen, because I mean, like if you listen to. They were always exploring with shit, even their early stuff. Ultra Mega is a really good album, the first full-length album.
I guess my overall point about Seattle sound or grunge is it wasn't its own like thing, kind of like how hair metal was. Like hair metal bands all kind of had that anthem-y sound and look.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you had
grunge didn't have that, even
grunge
though they
was
were
more of an aesthetic.
Well, like, you know,
they just had, they wore flannels. That was the only thing they all had in common.
You had New York hardcore. All those bands kind of sounded the same.
Yeah, I've talked about New York hardcore
but I mean, it all had kind of that same sound.
Yeah, New York hardcore. I never was a big fan of it.
Yeah,
because it's always got this like, it's all about us, nonconformity, and it was like, but the point of like you guys sound too much the same though,
right? And
that's too much. Like you could it's like death metal, and I love death metal. I'm a big death metal guy. I just happen to like lots of different death metal, but the reality is death metal and they're all kind of doing each other's shit in a way.
Yeah,
grunge, to their credit, they weren't doing.
No,
it was
a made up thing. They didn't classify themselves as grunge. They didn't classify themselves as Seattle Sound.
And there was like a second tier of the grunge bands like Mudhoney and Tad that never got like the credit.
No, and I mean that was like those were guys. You know, those bands all supported each other and they all saw each other. You know, I mean, like, you know, there was bands that didn't even make it out of it. I mean, there was guys from Pearl Jam that did Green River, then they did Mother Love Bone.
What happened to the grunge guys?
Mad Season was the other one, right?
Yeah. Mad Season was like kind of a development after. Yeah.
But could you imagine if they took like Alice Cooper, Ted Nugent, Bob Seger, all these different Detroit, Iggy Pop.
Yeah,
all these guys, and so like, they're all Detroit sound. They're the same.
Yeah,
none of those bands don't sound anything alike.
Right.
They're just from the same place.
Insane Clown Posse.
Yeah, Insane Clown Posse.
Well, that's
Kid Rock.
Like, that's what
Jack
I was kind
Black,
of. That's what I was kind of alluding to with like Seattle Sound was so different, so varied.
Jack White. I'm sorry, like, I said Jack White because I'm gonna get burned for that. Jack White.
But like that New York hardcore that they tried to promote for a minute, it was all this. They all had the same sound. They all had the same like. That attitude. It's all it's us against everybody type. That's what I'm saying. Like that Seattle sound. That was something that the music industry created. They were just guys that played in bands.
Yeah, I mean, they happened to be from Seattle.
It got so bad there. They were like, quit coming to our town. Quit moving to our town. Quit moving to our. Sean Kinney from fucking the drummer from Alice in Chains said it like when they were interviewing.
Stop moving here.
In the 90s on MTV, they're interviewing him and he goes, quit moving to our town because people were just moving there like crazy.
They had a huge homeless problem.
Yeah, to be artists.
Still do. I was there 2 years ago and it's pretty fucking bad.
Yeah. Be an artist somewhere that's warm.
Yeah, they're like, just quit moving to our town. Like everybody thought if they went there, they were going to be rock stars. It's no.
So what happened to L.A. too? People go to L.A. and then they make a wrong turn and then they end up in porn.
It is funny that you guys talk about that though, because like the grunge thing was very geographical.
Yeah.
You also talk about the New York hardcore scene. But then if you think about like Mike said about like hair metal, those bands all flocked to LA, but they were all from different parts of the fucking country.
But but the thing with LA,
they're all dude. I guarantee you that 85% of the hair bands were from the Midwest.
Yeah, Midwest.
They're probably from here.
Cinderella, Poison, Bon Jovi. You know, I mean,
Axl Rose. He's
Guns
from Indiana.
Do you get just as annoyed as I do when people start lumping in Guns N' Roses with hair metal?
Yeah, because
they were just hard rock.
They were just a rock. Because look, Appetite for Destruction is like, in my opinion, is one of the top 10 greatest straightforward rock and roll.
It's a fucking great album
ever made.
But also they get looped in with that because with the Welcome to the Jungle video,
he has his hair frizzed out.
Wherever after that.
Well, you think about it, if he would have done that video with a buzz cut. It would have no one would have ever considered Axl Rose or Guns N' Roses hair metal. It wouldn't even.
I remember I remember when like Helmet came out, and people didn't realize that like they were just some like skater dudes with like short hairdos, and then they were like promoting them like that, like. Yeah, remember these are just some regular guys playing heavy metal with short hair.
Helmet's awesome because it's the most elementary riffs that anybody could play, but they're fucking awesome.
When I first started playing bass in doo. I was like,
Yeah.
dude,
That doesn't sound like. I know what you're.
Yeah,
That sounds like ESPN.
Yeah, it sounds like ESPN.
well, you know that. Well, the riff is that's the riff though, baby.
You're right.
Basically the
Actually,
riff.
unsung.
Yeah, unsung.
Look, now that Brian said ESPN, that's all I hear.
Top 10.
It's true. Yeah.
Well, I'm not talking about the You're doing the intro.
Yeah. No, he's just talking about the.
I
he's
know.
just talking about
Fag.
the bass line.
All I hear is ESPN now.
Yeah.
Welcome to Sports Center.
And he had that veiny
Stuart
neck.
Scott.
But well, it's kind of funny because like a guy I work with, he's more your guys' age, but he like
Much younger than you.
I was playing Helmet one night. I was just jamming through like one of the albums, and I heard him playing. I go, oh, cool, you're yeah. And I look and I'm like, yeah, dude, he's got like like the little Stussy cap he wears. I'm like, dude, I go, you a skateboarder? He goes, oh yeah, dude, yeah, I used to be. And I'm like, oh okay, you're like my boy Neil, And I start talking to him, and all the music he listened to, I'm like, yeah, okay, so of course, yeah. That's why we like the same music, because we grew up, and I didn't realize he was at, I go, well, how old are you? He goes, oh, I'm like 40. I'm like, oh, okay. I thought you were like,
Are you top 40?
Like 40 is what you say when you're like 43, right?
yeah, he's 40. Yeah. He was almost 40 at the time. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah, he was like going to be 40 coming up.
Like
so
40.
Yeah. But, yeah, I mean, as soon as he said that, I seen him come walking into work one day, and I seen like the little hat and all that, and I'm like, oh yeah. I'm like,
Speaking
okay,
of
now,
skating,
I'm like, now
What
I
is that?
know.
Unsane
Insane,
Scrape.
dude. Scrape.
Dude, before there was any kind of before the Scarred and all the fucking compilations of people getting hurt on the internet,
There was Unsane.
there's Unsane
the Scrape video.
The original video of people breaking their arms where they got the
I remember that now, yeah.
They got the wishbone arm like, ah! It's like an alien arm. That's how it all started, man. Unsane Scrape. And then it became like entire YouTube channels.
Yeah.
There's like fucking Instagram pages with people getting their fucking arms broke. It started with this song.
I had forgotten about that song.
Yeah, Unsane Scrape. Look it up.
Just like I
yeah.
forgot about, I was on Spotify and like it was on random, and it started playing that Vanishing Cream song.
Oh,
Remember that
Vanishing
fucking
Cream.
song by, oh my God, The Hunger or something like that? Oh, dude. It was from, you've heard it before.
I have.
I'm sure I've heard it. I just don't.
The
I can't-
Hunger is the name of a band.
I think so. I think it was the Hunger, but it was Vanishing Cream. But also The Urge.
Oh, The Urge is awesome.
Yeah, came on. I was like, holy shit, I forgot about that song.
What I get those like Spotify playlists where like cater to you based off of what you listen to. Wax California. Remember that song?
No.
Why did I move to Southern California?
Oh,
The dude
yeah.
running on fire.
Yeah.
It's like a 25-second clip, but they slow mode it, so just the whole video, music video is the dude running on fire.
I remember that.
I forgot about how good that fucking band was too.
Brian, I don't think I ever heard this.
No?
No.
It was all over the place
Well,
for
wait.
like a week.
So
What year is this from?
there's like a chorus coming up, right?
Yeah.
Well, let's see if I recognize it. But anyway, yeah.
Sounds
Unsane
cool.
Scrape.
Sounds
Armor.
cool, whatever it is.
It's got a very cool. This definitely.
I think I kind of remember this, but
Th-
I
this
need
song-
to hear the chorus.
This sounds
coming
like
up in a
somebody
second.
that was like, discount Wayne Staley.
Just
Lane Staley.
count Wayne.
1996. Here's the chorus right here.
Wayfair.
Oh, yep. I know. I recognize it.
So bad.
I definitely. I recognize it.
Vanish.
So bad?
I don't like it.
I dig this.
All right, so like
Brian,
Lane
you gotta,
Staley was in.
You gotta
Lane
call this
Staley
episode
was
Wayne
in,
Staley.
Lane Staley was in.
He's a black guy.
Alice in
Dwayne
Chains,
Staley.
But Wayne Staley was like the ripoff that was in
Wayfair
this
Staley.
Making my ears sweat.
Wayne Staley. I gotta, like, if we ever get rich, I'm gonna just pay a fact checker to sit here and just yell at me the whole time.
Yeah.
Actually, Michael, this is wrong. There's no such person as Wayne Staley.
Shut up! You're fired.
I remember the song for sure because of that that chorus for sure.
Yeah.
We talked about this before though too. Before like you you think that the new Alice in Chains is pretty decent for what it is?
I like William Duvall.
I do too.
Yeah,
I think that they've transitioned into like an arty rock band.
I agree. I think that
they've got rid of all the grungy elements, and now they're just like a kind of classical.
I just think that like certain bands, when you lose somebody like
I love me some Larry Cantrell.
When you lose a front man, if you can take that band and do something different with it.
Under the same name too,
but also definitely it sounds like Alice in Chains to a point, but it's not.
That Rainier Fog album is awesome.
It's really, I agree.
Especially that title track. That song is awesome.
Yeah, I liked them a lot.
Would you say they're well, I'm not an AC/DC guy, but I think you guys like them.
Well, I mean, Bon Scott.
I entered it to my playlist.
I mean, I like Brian Johnson too. Like Back in Black's great.
Well, what would you say is the best band to change a singer that you still dig? And Alice in Chains would be the one for me because the Sublime shit does not work for me.
No. Sublime shit does not work.
Because I mean, like, I loved Bon Scott, but then there's Sabbath, dude. Dio Sabbath is fantastic.
I've never listened to much, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah, when they got rid of Ozzy and they did Heaven and Hell and Mob Rule, oh man, oh that's great stuff. You know, but yeah, I mean, Alice in Chains is right there too, for sure. I mean,
Soundgarden's never gonna do anything with.
If they've done some like stuff with like. They're not going to do anything, I don't think. But they've done like some recording, like tribute stuff that they had a girl, Brandi Carlile, sing a little bit.
Oh yeah, I've heard of her.
But I'll tell you, they did that tribute last year, and it was for his foundation, for the Chris and Vicky Cornell Foundation. And I'm not gonna fucking lie to you. I can't stand this broad 1 minute, 1 second. But Miley Cyrus got up and sang "Say Hello to Heaven."
I could see that being
fucking.
She can build shit out.
She fucking killed it. She was one of the best performances in that fucking concert.
Well, do you remember when Nirvana got inducted in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and they're like, "How do we do this?"
Yeah,
and then Grohl and Novoselic are like, "We're just gonna get female singers to sing the songs." So they got Joan Jett.
Yep, that was awesome.
Kim Gordon from Sonic Youth.
Yep, that was,
Saint Vincent and Lord.
But those were and see, but they thought about like at the same time they thought about like because Kurt would have loved that.
Yeah,
you know they knew that that's something. Kim Gordon from Sonic Youth. I mean, covering his music, dude. I mean. Yeah.
I thought Lord doing All Apologies was awesome.
I bet I didn't see that part of it. I'm gonna have to look that up now.
They've also done it before where they've had they've done.
Lord is Randy Marsh, right?
Yeah,
he would have loved Kim Deal from frickin' the Pixies too.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
He worshipped that woman.
Yeah.
But like just recently in the last 5-ish years, like Grohl and Novoselic have warmed up to like doing Nirvana songs in other capacities.
Yeah,
and they've only if they get Wes.
They've had
Wes Scanlon to get on them.
They've had Beck. They've had Beck come and do it.
Yeah,
and that was cool.
Yeah.
And then there's this band called Deer Tick, and the dude actually sounds like Kurt Cobain, like from the singer of the band. And I think Grohl likes that band. She's like, "You want to come and do like Grohl puts on that SoCal Jam thing every year in California." And they had Deer Tick as one of the bands, and then they did like Deer Tick does a Nirvana tribute like thing every once in a while, like where they just play all Nirvana songs for a show. And then he brought him out to do like 4 Nirvana songs singing with them with like the surviving members.
Yeah, I got like on YouTube, I got a whole bunch of Post Malone doing Nirvana.
Oh, that shit was awesome.
Wasn't it awesome when he's in those pajamas and he's just jamming?
Dude,
he's playing like a Francis Farmer.
He's pajamming.
Yeah, he's pajama.
I watched that live when it aired.
It's fucking awesome,
and
isn't it?
I don't even like Post Malone's music, but he did a great job. Travis Barker drumming.
Yeah,
awesome.
Yeah, it was great. He's like in his pajamas and he's just jamming. He's playing like pajamas, but he's doing like he was doing like a lot In Utero, and he did Francis Farmer Has a Revenge on Seattle,
Lounge Act, which is like another.
Dude, I know he was doing like shit that I'm like, yes,
because
dude.
that's what happened. I didn't care about it until I read that like Chris Novoselic and Grohl both like were like informed about like, hey, you need to check this out, and Novoselic's like, holy shit, this is fucking good.
Yeah.
But then the other guitar player they had looked like fucking Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
They had like a ball cap on. I was like, is that Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah, but I saw one and I'm like, okay. And then there's a whole bunch of them and I just started adding them in. I'm like, oh yeah, wow, this is cool. I mean,
Post Malone's one of those guys who like, I don't like your music, but I think you're an all right dude to do other stuff. So.
yeah. And I mean, I didn't know shit about him, so I was just like, okay, so I'm gonna check him. I'm gonna check, and I didn't really care for his music, but I did watch a few interviews, and I thought he was pretty cool. He's just like a fucking stoner, dude.
Yeah, he's a funny guy too.
He's pretty funny.
He also just decided like, I'm gonna go move to Utah.
Yeah, it was great because
yeah.
he's like, this is how I'm gonna fucking make music. Is I got to get the fuck out of here and get the fuck away from like L.A. Yeah, and then he just has people come up and like fucking record and so
I have appreciation for people like him who are younger. He's probably not even.
Dude, I think
not even late 20s at all.
He's 25.
Yeah, 25, I was gonna
okay.
say
and he totally understands and respects the music came before him, where so many other people are so goddamn oblivious.
Well, and he's a guitar player. He tried to get into bands. Like he tried to join bands, like up and coming bands. He tried to like audition and stuff. He was a metal guy. You know? He was into heavy music. But he did a song with Ozzy. Yeah, but he also he was into rap and hip hop and everything. But yeah. So I mean, I was like, okay, he's kind of an interesting cat. I mean, like I said, I don't really care about his music.
He has the whitest name ever too.
Yeah, What's it's like name? Arthur.
No, his name's Austin Richard Post.
Austin, yeah.
Yeah, but he's 25 exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
He looks older, but yeah.
Yeah, it's all the tats. He was in a Mark Wahlberg movie that was on Netflix. Spencer Confidential.
Oh.
No.
It's the Spencer for Hire. Remember the show with Robert Urich?
The incredible Robert Urich television series.
Yeah,
yes.
But it's based on that, but it's they're trying to reboot it or something. Anyways,
really?
And Mark Wahlberg played Spencer, and Post Malone played some guy who tried to kill him in prison.
You cannot.
But he's pretty charismatic.
I didn't know that movie that Mark Wahlberg did with The Rock, where they're all about steroids, is a true story.
It's
embellished. It's embellished.
It's loosely based on real guys, but
I've caught maybe an hour of it on FX or something.
They were so stupid, but man, I thought that was funny as hell.
Yeah,
they can't reboot the late great Robert Urich's TV series. The Love Boat, The Next Wave.
The Next Wave.
They rebooted Vegas, the Robert Urich show.
Didn't they try to?
It was on for 5 seasons. Yeah, they did.
No, not really.
Yeah,
not the one with James Caan.
Well, in name only.
No, that was just that was Las Vegas. It wasn't Vegas.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
never mind.
That was a completely different. No, Vegas. They tried to reboot it just a few years ago. It didn't. It got canceled right immediately.
Did you guys like the Ocean's movies?
First one's
really good, right?
Yeah.
And I'm a stupid ass, but I didn't know that was a remake until after the fact.
Oh yeah. But I saw part of it.
I knew it was a remake, but I didn't
like the fourth one with the women.
Yeah,
I never saw it actually
because I hate women.
What Oceans of?
Speaking of MGTOW,
was that Oceans of Blood?
They did Ocean's 8. It was just 8 chicks.
Oh,
I never
Ocean's
bothered
8
because they couldn't even get 3 more.
No, because eight is too many. They're already gonna be fighting all the time.
Yeah, I mean, there's gonna be syncing up and
periods. Yeah.
Oceans of Blood.
Oceans 11 with
Oceans of Flow.
Brad Pitt, I liked a lot.
Oceans of cattiness.
The first one.
Oceans of cattiness and not agreeing on anything.
They did the Oceans 12, which was the one in Amsterdam. And that
was European, yeah.
And that just felt like a bunch of people just hanging out, which was the
I honestly don't remember it. I watched it.
Then they did the one after that, which was the Oceans 13, where they took on Pacino, and that was actually a really cool movie.
Never saw it because I didn't like 12 so much.
You're not going to stop my enterprise.
That was his Pacino.
That was really good.
No, I do Pacino.
Going back to watching Heat, though.
That's like
when
that would be like
Pacino's like a big old ass when he's doing that.
It's so over the top.
That's almost as good as a lot of my impersonation. Like,
no, Al, you make everyone Asian. I at least made Pacino somewhat white.
Yeah, you make everybody like stereotypical
Hi,
Christmas story
Al
Asian.
Pacino.
I do love how Al
My name
Pacino's
is Al Pacino.
the go-to to play every fucking old creep.
What's that?
I love how Al Pacino's like the go-to to play every old creep.
Yeah, like we need someone to play Kevorkian.
Yeah, we need someone to play. What's the coach from Penn State.
Jerry Sandusky.
Paterno.
Yeah.
Did he really?
Yeah.
He played Joe Paterno?
Paterno, and then he played Kevorkian.
And what's his name that just died? Phil Spector.
Yeah.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Every old creep, it's like, get Pacino.
All great men.
Pacino available?
Yes.
I did not know that about. I didn't know he did Paterno or the other.
Was it here where we watched the video where Paterno, the actual Paterno, not fucking him playing him,
Not Pacino Paterno.
yeah, he runs off the field and then comes back in different colored pants because he shit his pants.
I don't think we watched that here, but I've seen it before.
I would have. No, I would have.
So there's this football game where fucking Joe Paterno, like, super just out of nowhere, just runs off the field, and then maybe like 5-10 minutes later comes back with different pants on. Like, he fucking shit his pants.
Probably jumping up and down around.
That fucking guy.
Wow.
Wait, imagine he found time between then and covering up child molestation to change his pants.
He covered up the shit pants a lot better than he did the.
Once they blackballed that dude, he died like real quick, right?
They're like, you're out of a job. He's like, okay, in like 6 months
and
later.
that happens a lot.
Was it that long?
Yeah, when these older people lose their purpose in life, they fucking die.
Dude, he coached the same team for 47 years. Mm-hmm. That's all he knew.
It's like,
he lived on the campus. I mean,
it's like when retirees when they retire, like you think, like,
yeah.
Oh, all right, Dad, you get to spend time just relaxing. They're dead in 6 months.
Oh,
yeah.
You know how many times, like in some of the shops I worked in early on, you know how many times they were like, "Oh yeah, did you hear Chuck? What about Chuck? Oh, he died. Chuck just retired 3 months ago."
Yep.
Yeah, they don't live long after retirement.
Or like
man.
people
It's
have been
fucked.
married to each other for a long time. Like when Johnny Cash, when his wife died, everybody's like, oh, he's gonna be dead soon, and like within a year he was dead.
Yeah,
They're so used to each other and stuff.
Like I'm gonna see how the shotgun tastes here.
yeah.
Um,
Let me start it.
when's the Super Bowl's not tomorrow? It's next week, right?
Next week.
Yeah. Speaking of people that sold their soul to Satan,
Oh,
the Honorable Tom Brady.
Thomas.
sold
Tom Brady, I believe that man has sold his soul
Thomas,
to the devil.
Edison, Elva, John.
Because
Brady.
he's like he's old as fuck. He's older than me.
that's old.
He's decrepitron old.
Slightly handsomer.
Yeah, a little
Slightly.
bit. He may have a better life than me by a small margin.
smidge.
Star of Ted, the Ted movies.
And well, here's what tells me that dude's an absolute gangster. Besides being a leader of men, besides getting to the Super Bowl away from the Patriots and proving that he's the great genius, his wife is worth more than him.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
So she's literally not dating him because he's Tom Brady. She's dating him because she wants to fuck him.
Because she likes fucking him and having children.
Or
with
she
him.
likes to fuck Tom Brady.
And-
she is worth more money than him.
And
She doesn't
likes
need
having-
him.
She likes birthing babies with him.
That too, but I also the genetics.
She
but
wants that seed.
I think it's also
It's-
that they make a perfect power couple.
Yeah.
So it's not just the fucking. It's
She
also
loves.
that.
She loves the spice.
Can we all admit that she's good looking, but she's not like. If I had to pick the top 10 hottest women to me on Earth, no one either.
Yeah.
No, she's good looking, but I agree with you. She's not like top 10 for me either.
No, not at all.
No.
Is she anybody's top 10 other than
Tom
Tom Brady?
Brady's.
He's probably not even in his top 10 either.
He's like she's worth more than me. That's why I married her.
No, she's really attractive, but like, okay, we're like working class type people. So like, what we would like is like, whatever.
She's. I mean, she's not like what you'd call like super exotic, but she does. There's
Well,
some
she's not.
Our point is
She's no Cindy Crawford.
Our
about Joe
point is
Exotic?
I would
our-
pick
our-
Cindy Crawford over her.
She's
Our
no
point
Cindy
is
Crawford.
we'll do it.
Cindy Crawford's one of the most beautiful women I ever saw in my life.
We'll do an entire episode about eating Gina Carano's ass.
Yes.
because she's got a little extra weight on her, and she's
Yeah.
our thing.
I'll take
We can
Gina
do a
Carano
whole
over Giselle.
episode on it.
Hell yeah,
Yeah.
What?
Gina Carano over Giselle any day.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
And that's
Any
not,
day.
and that's not even being a cream pie cleanup. That's
No.
a legit thing.
Any day. Any day.
Any day.
But I know what you're saying though. I've put
There's
it there-
definitely shit. There's definitely something hot about her, but it's like
there's a
the
certain,
money.
There's a certain thing. There's about
not
there's,
top 10
There,
for sure.
there's like some women that are super hot, like a painting. Like they're attractive, like a painting. It's like that's really hot. It looks good on my wall.
That's
but
like Angelina Jolie back in the day.
yeah.
Yeah.
But then there's like then there's the fuckability factor, which like you breed with it. It's like feeds your cells. That's like Toronto, right?
Right.
The extra weight and
Yeah.
the fertility.
I mean, like Giselle's definitely no Elizabeth Shue.
Like I saw a picture.
Exactly.
I saw a picture of Topanga from Boy Meets World the other day.
Love Topanga.
Still hot.
Love Topanga.
Still hot. Hotter now, actually.
Yeah, because she's of age.
But she's not. She's not in the top 10.
She's been of age for like 20 years
That's
now.
true.
Well, I mean, you can have somebody that could be a girl that you're like totally into, and like, oh my God, I would do anything to eat that. And everybody's like, really, her?
Well, there was one.
Really, what's your problem, man? I'm like, I
will
just
tell
like
you-
her. I don't know. I can't tell you.
I will tell you one that I don't think everybody agree with. That I've always just had a thing for. And I can't explain it, but most people think it's kind of weird. Her name's Jennifer Connelly. You ever heard of her?
So it's just
Not now, Jennifer Connelly.
that's your own thing.
Dude,
like
come
the
on.
career opportunities,
Yeah.
inventing the Abbotts,
Yeah, not like super skinny, rail thin, like
Yes.
Requiem for a Dream.
Yes,
even Requiem for a Dream. Then she started losing the weight.
That's a sad movie.
what is it? Hot
I thought it was
Spot?
hilarious.
Was it the hot spot?
The hot spot was one where she
Yeah.
first showed the boobs.
That was the first.
Yeah, and she just turned 18.
Was it- I have a
and
Virginia message for
Madsen.
women out there. If you're not ugly, eventually we want you to sit on her face at
Yeah,
some point.
pretty much.
That's
Jennifer
the bottom
Connelly's
line.
one. No, I did have one for real that I can't remember who it was. It was in my head, and I was like, yeah, I don't think they'll like her, but I like her a lot.
Have we talked about how former football player Larry Johnson says that Tom Brady and Gronk and they're all Antonio Brown are all like parts of a cult?
Larry Johnson, you mean the guy who ran the ball for Kansas City Chiefs?
Yep.
Yeah.
Not
Who's
not the
always
convert
kind
react
of-
juice guy.
Who's always kind of been a little nutty.
But the best part about
Not the
this,
Charlotte Hornets player?
not Grandmama.
Not
not grandma. Not the convert react juice. Convert.
Oh, you did say that. I'm sorry.
So I really hope that the Patriots or the Buccaneers win, and then they take the trophy and they go to the middle of the field. They put on black robes. They make a pentagram in the middle of the field, and they put the trophy in the middle. And I hope this is all true.
That'd be fantastic.
They're part of a cult.
I'm going to definitely have
Well,
to look that up. I
I-
did not see that about Larry Johnson saying
Well,
that, but it does not shock me.
He's-
Because
I
he
agree
says
with
they're
Larry
all
Johnson. Tom did sell a soul to Satan. That was my whole point.
That was the whole
Yeah.
point of this conversation. The
Yeah.
top
So
of
Larry's right.
Buccaneers.
You guys are making fun of Larry. Larry's onto something, in my opinion.
He thinks they're all part of a cult.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
I think
that's what,
so.
but I think
But-
that's
but
what
why-
anybody
where-
nowadays thinks
what-
about
so
anybody
what
with
if-
power.
what
so
if
you're
the
saying that
Buccaneers-
they recruited Antonio Brown in afterward. Like
Yes,
he's,
yes,
okay.
he's part
Well,
of the cult.
you gotta get the young guy in there. Yeah, you gotta get
Yeah.
a different guy in there.
What if the Buccaneers beat the Chiefs 66-6, and then they go to the middle of the field
Yeah.
and they take the chalk that they use for the fucking lines and they make a pentagram and they put candles out and they put the Super Bowl trophy in the middle and they just wear their robes and they just enjoy it.
Well,
See, here's
Then the My Pillow guy comes out with
That-
his,
now
with
here-
his fucking sword and he
that
starts
score can never
stabbing,
happen.
and
That
it-
score can never happen because Vegas wouldn't let that score happen, and they're part of the cult too.
well, now
Illuminati.
if that were to happen,
Brian, we have another episode we have to do, just me and you.
Oh, I got so much stuff.
this is
for
how
the Tom Brady cult.
this is how I would react if that happened. Oh, so that's how he won all this.
It just be ambivalence. Just
It would.
makes all the
I would
sense
be
in the
like,
world right
hey,
now.
you, I get it. You know, I mean, look, you've been to 10.
Look, Tim-
You've been to 10 out of your 20 years you've been in the league.
Tim Tebow comes out of there with his Crusader outfit
Yeah.
just to stop him.
Do people still hate?
Smitey.
Do people still hate poor Tebow?
Nah, I don't
don't-
think
I don't-
think so. No, not now.
You know what? I don't know that. Like, I never hated Tebow. I mean, it was kind of annoying. That
Is
they
he
thought
still playing
was-
for the Mets minor league team or no?
I don't know what he's doing.
He's commentating for
No,
college football.
it's the off season.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what, that guy's still ripped to the bone.
he was. But he
What a
he-
garbage human being that guy is.
No, he does like he calls college football games.
They also act like he was a virgin for like into his late 20s, and he definitely fucked Lucy Pinder, who is like one of the hottest chicks you'll ever see.
That was like who he was dating her.
Uh,
Because supposedly he saved himself till he got married.
I
a
don't know if
few
he dated
years
her,
ago.
but there's definitely pictures of him partying with her, and you don't party with people and not fuck them at the end of the night. So
Well, dude,
Yeah.
when you're Tim Tebow,
See,
you can
look,
shut it down.
He got married a few years ago, and supposedly he saved himself for that. But
I'm going to call bullshit on that 100%.
Well, I'm just really
He had a purity ring.
I am really just shocked that he got married because I was pretty certain that he was using that Christianity to hide the gayness because he just sounds gay to me. But,
Well,
the chicks love Tebow.
I know.
Hey, he's a handsome
I like
dude.
Tebow. I'm just kidding.
He's a handsome dude.
I'm just kidding. I actually like Tebow. Tebow's a smart man. He knows football.
I always forget he was on the same team as Aaron Hernandez.
Yeah.
Like I always forget about that.
He's an all around good athlete, but he's good at college football, like calling games. And then when they interview him and ask him about, he's very knowledgeable. And then on top of it, like he's an extremely good dude. I was kind of just being an ass, making fun of his voice about him being gay.
Shit on everybody. We shit on everybody. Here.
Remember that bomb he threw against the Steelers and won that game?
I know.
That was so good.
What? Dude, it looked, I'm like, wait, that looks like a real pass. And then I remember some of the passes that won him a game where I'm like, dude, that's like end over end. It doesn't even look like a football pass,
Like I said, I'm not a big football guy, but that was so fucking awesome when he fucking killed the Steelers in that game.
I can't remember who it was. It was some actress. It was some actress that was super liberal and didn't. She's like, I wanted to dislike him, and then when we went to meet it, there was some lunch, and she's like, I wanted to hate him and tell him she's like, he's just an awesome guy. She's like, I just couldn't do it. She's like, God, he's such a sweetheart. He's like, you can't do it.
Yeah,
he's like you can't bring your.
I mean, it's just like I've seen people talk about him at all different types of people, and none of them have anything bad to say about this dude. Like even they're shocked that how cool he is really to talk to.
Yeah, there's some people that's why you got to actually know people before you make that opinion, because you might have a certain thing about people, and then you meet him.
That he sounds like queer.
Queer.
He's queer and he's hiding it behind his religion.
He's lying.
Well, and it's my wife likes those home improvement shows and stuff, and there's those fixer-upper people.
Like Tim Taylor?
Tim Taylor.
Like on HGTV.
Tim Tebow?
There's the
Chip and Tebow.
Chip and Joanna Gaines. You ever heard of those guys?
Yeah, I know they're.
And
I was surprised. The ones that were married and are something?
No, they're still married.
Oh, okay.
You're thinking of
my mom watches the Mississippi people. The
fixer-upper Mississippi.
The
Fixer, Mr. Shipper.
I can't remember this. The guy and his wife, and I can't remember the name. Anyway, yeah.
White people renovating houses.
It is.
No, that's Randy Marks' show on South Park.
Yeah,
he's got a show called White People Renovating Houses.
I was watching him with her one night, and Chip and Joanna were doing something, and they had to meet Tim Tebow, and they liked him too. I was surprised at that.
Yeah,
yeah.
Because they're the same exact people.
Oh,
it's like.
Oh, they're also religious and Southern. And everything. Yeah,
and care about people. Fuck that shit.
Yeah,
but I can't what's it? There's
what's their last name? Gainesville.
Gaines.
Oh,
I gotta think.
Like Chris Gaines.
Not like Gainesville, like where.
No, they're from Waco.
Where the Florida Gators.
They're from Waco, where Koresh was.
They're beautiful.
Florida, where Koresh.
Oh, you know what? David Koresh. I just found this out. Was not the first cult leader named Koresh.
Well, his name wasn't David Koresh anyway.
I know that, but he got it from.
Yeah, he got it from somebody, right?
Yeah, there was a guy in the late 1800s into 1900s who started a cult and was super successful.
Yeah,
they bought the town of Estero, Florida, Estero, was their commune, and then when the last cult member finally died, they sold it back to the state of Florida. But he got his name from some ancient religion that he made up.
Yeah,
and his name was something Koresh, and the religion he founded was called Koreshtianity.
Koreshtianity. I like it.
I knew,
that's where David Koresh got it from.
I knew about David Koresh. I knew that he got that from somewhere. I never really. I knew that he picked it for some reason.
By the way, my mom watches Hometown.
Oh yeah.
Ben and Aaron Napier from Mississippi, and I sit there. I don't remember their names, but I'll literally watch it for hours on end with them. Tall guy, he's big
with
as
the beard.
He's big as a door.
Yeah, I know.
He's like 6'6" or some shit.
Yep.
Yeah, that guy Ben and his wife, and they like renovate. And and my mom said they have such a problem with renovating homes and the show being so popular that people are moving to that small town.
Yeah.
To where there's no homes available there anymore, and you're like on a waiting list because it's becoming hip because of this Ben Napier and his wife.
The Gaines they live outside of Waco, and that's what happened in Waco now is people started trying to buy houses there to redo them because they're there.
It's just like the music scene.
Yeah, Seattle. Go to Seattle. Stay out of their town.
Stay out of my town.
Mississippi Sound, buddy.
Yeah. It's, I mean...
Mississippi Sound.
It's just funny you start talking about
stop moving here. Like you said, McKinney said, stop moving here.
Yeah. I just watched the episode of South Park last night with Randy and his wife doing what... And the only reason it's called White People Renovating Houses is because all the names were taken. So that's the only thing they... And then... the guys, they took their jobs. They're all pissed off because
they got to be the Alexas.
Yeah, Alexas took their jobs, so they're walking around with rebel flags, going dear, walking through, and they're like, he's like, we can't do our job when these rednecks are coming in.
He has to sit there and play the guitar and just talk.
Yeah, he's like, doot. What's Cletus? He's like, instead they decide to give him a job as being Alexa. He's like, what's the weather? I was like, doot at the time.
And checks on his phone.
Yeah, he's like 38 degree doot. And then he's like, play us some music. Doot. Here's a new Kendrick Lamar song.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Doot.
We just lost another viewer.
Oh
well.
He's like,
should we talk about Metallica more?
No.
The only thing I want to talk to you guys about is I fell in a deep, dark rabbit hole of Shaggy Two Dope's YouTube show.
Yeah, you were telling us about that 2 weeks ago,
which is fucking hilarious.
Yeah, right.
And I've always thought those guys are very funny.
Mm-hmm.
But are they stupid asses that are just being themselves and making money, or are these guys smart and they know how to play dumbasses to make money?
I think it's maybe a little bit of both.
Because that Shaggy Two Dope show, it's called like Shaggy and the Creep or something, is his buddy. They just do like a video show. It's fucking hilarious. Like I was in tears crying. They went to like Northville and ran the 5K.
Yeah.
In downtown Northville. They also did an episode where Shaggy went and got his neck surgery done. He went to the hospital with his fucking face painted and got the surgery done. And then they do the show in his the post care room or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
After his surgery. It's like those guys are just funny guys. Like I see are just funny fucking guys.
All right, Shaggy is the skinny one?
Skinny one, right?
Skinnier one, yeah.
Yeah.
But they're both funny, but I just don't know, like, they're millionaires, first of all.
Yeah.
Multi-millionaires.
Sure.
And they've been national for a minute when the Great Malenko came out in 97.
Yeah, but they're just cult following.
Following.
Brian, you're
global.
right
Huge in
there.
Salt Lake City.
Hi, Danielle.
Hi.
So, like, I'm always wondering, are these guys, like, just stupid asses who lucked out? Or do they know how to pretend to be stupid asses with the right sense of humor to make money?
I think they're kind of white trash guys that know the sensibilities of an audience that they may be reaching out to.
Yeah, I think that they were probably, when they're young, they were probably dumbass teenagers like all of us and then realized that they could do something with it. So in that sense, they had a little bit of intelligence.
Because I could show you a 20-minute video right now of Shaggy cooking a ham at his house, and you'll be laughing your fucking dick off sideways about how funny it is, because he doesn't even turn the burner on for the side thing. He's putting ingredients in this pot, and he's like, oh shit, never turn the fucking burner on. It's like I was just, Janine and I were dying laughing at this, and it's fucking funny, but it almost seems like he has to know what he's doing. This can't just all be happenstance.
Or he could be like, look, I'm a dumbass. I make mistakes. I'm not aware of my surroundings as I need to be, but I know that this is entertaining to other people because I don't have the
so I'm just going to show
wherewithal.
You my
I'm going to share. Yeah, I'm going to share.
I'm going to make money showing you my dumbassery.
Like
we're doing it now. We're trying
laughing.
and it's not working.
Yeah, I was crying laughing watching the show.
What is it called? Shaggy.
It's called Shaggy. It's
Shaggy
a YouTube
and the
show.
Creep.
Shaggy and the Creep. It's like him and his buddy. They did a thing with like COVID where they just like went and did like activities at a park by his house. And they were like playing flows, like 6 feet, motherfucker, stay 6 feet away. And they're wearing like dish gloves and like sanitizing constantly. And I was fucking just crying, laughing. Man.
Where's it on?
It's
YouTube.
All YouTube.
Oh, it's on YouTube.
Well,
Okay.
they had a wrestling tape.
Yeah.
Again.
Stranglemania?
Stranglemania.
Amazing.
And their commentary was gold.
It's hilarious.
The commentary of ICP was comedic gold.
Yeah. I know that like Stern absolutely loved when they came on his show. Because
they know how to entertain.
He thought they were just the fucking funniest fucking thing. He loved having him on.
Yeah. Remember when they got in the argument with Sharon Osbourne?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That shit was fucking funny.
Yeah. I mean,
because ICP did that tour with Coal Chamber.
Yep.
And the Coal Chamber was managed by Sharon Osbourne at the time.
Yeah. Well, I like how the fact that they didn't like back down, like, oh, I'm this. We're these weirdo, like they're like, fuck you, man.
Yeah.
Fuck, like literally, fuck you.
There's that clip from when they were doing stuff for, I think, like the Great Malenko or one of the albums around there, and like they were doing like the in-store signings, stuff like that, and these little fucking kids, they're probably like 5, came up for their autographs, and Father Jay's like, your balls drop yet?
Yeah.
To these kids, and the mom's just like,
dude, fucking Salt Lake City, there's juggalos everywhere, and they would wear, like, I'd see them, like, they'd be wearing the face paint, like walking across the street, and I'm like, I remember the first time I saw it. Ask my brother, man. Ask my little brother.
Is there a more harmless group than the Juggalos?
Yeah,
they're absolutely.
No, they're on the FBI.
They're on the FBI list.
Yeah,
that's what's funny though. They're considered like a.
There's not
anybody that's on the FBI wanted list is pretty lame.
Yeah,
you don't get on there because they don't like. They won't put like MS-13 on there. People that like gut people. They're like
when I
gut people.
Yeah, if you're actually dangerous, you're not getting on the list. You're getting reimbursements and
that fucking show. That show Gangland. I remember when my boy Bri called me. He called me after he watched the one about the Tongans in Salt Lake City.
What's the Tongans?
From Tonga.
Yeah, they're like Pacific Islander.
Yeah.
Type.
Luther Ellis,
They
man.
are fucking brutal.
Wasn't there a wrestler, the Tonga kid or Tongan?
But their gang there was.
Well, the wrestlers are Samoans.
Well,
I know that.
Bri was like really into the ganglands. He was watching about all the gangs, but I mean, he's always been into like the macabre, and stuff too. But he called me up. And it was weird. He called me, and I'm like, dude, what's up? He goes, dude, have you ever watched that Gangland show? I'm like, yeah. He goes, have you seen the one about the Tongans in South Lake, in South Salt Lake or something like that? I'm like, no, I haven't, but I've heard about, a little bit about them. He goes, dude, I'm scared of them. They're ruthless. I would be, dude.
What's their motive though? Like for
it's just the way they're very, very, like if they,
dude, when they handle shit on the island, they handle their shit.
If like even if you could be like blood, like an actual brother. Mm-hmm. If they think that you turned on them, they'll behead you, and they'll turn
on them to who though? Like
anybody,
feds, bro.
Anybody. If they think that you went rogue at all or anything, fucking they'll behead you and spike you.
Well, see, the Mormons did an outreach program, to get to more people into the Mormonity.
That's why there's
and
Polynesians, Tongans,
and that's why like you have guys like Luther Ellis, and basically there's I can't remember the team, like I think it's down in Texas. There's a high school, Odessa Permian. They're like they're the best. They're almost always the best high school in the country, and they didn't lose for like a million years or something.
Yeah.
And then some city in Utah, I don't know the city because I'm not, had a bunch of Tongans and shit on it, and they fucking finally beat, because Tongans are huge.
Yeah.
And strong.
They are huge.
Yeah, there's like
you think of like think of a dude like with mine and Brian's build. We're like this. Me and Brian are where you start out, and they're like fucking. They're just huge people.
And
they're athletic and fast, and like
you're like Tongan size at like 14.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm an adolescent Tongan.
Yeah. But yeah,
Okay,
like that's
and
Adolescent tongue.
yeah, you know, at 275, I'm like a bitch.
dude. You
In their
go to,
culture, you know, like I'm nothing.
if you go to like Salt Lake City, if you go to Temple Square, like the main where everything's based, all your whole road grid, everything is based from there. But if you go in for like a tour, like there isn't one like white American person doing the tours. It's all like foreign people that are all Mormons,
Polynesian,
that they brought, all different.
Yeah.
They're very diverse. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they need soldiers.
Not pre 1980 something, but they are now.
So like you get these huge people in Utah that are now in gang.
Yeah.
Cutting each other's head.
They couldn't make it into football, so they're just like beheading each other.
Yeah, the guys that didn't make the cut on the team.
But yeah, like when Rachel's dad came out to visit us the first time, we took him there. Him and his, he's a converted Mormon. His wife's a Mormon.
He's
took him there, and
Jewish person that's converted to Mormonism.
Rachel's dad needs to have his own fucking documentary.
yeah,
Because it's the oddest thing. Now, I've heard of Jews converting to Christianity. Kathy Lee Gifford's a famous one.
Fucking turncoats.
But for a Jew to turn to a Mormon,
well, and it
that's
was really
really strange.
It was really because of the second wife.
Well, it's always the woman. I mean,
she
we all know
she
that.
was
always
like
their
he
fault.
did it. She was already.
We know why every
And, like,
man does what they do.
She
Hey,
was.
hon,
She didn't
what's
grow
up?
up in. She didn't grow up in the faith, but she was in like there's horror stories about her first husband. Like her daughter was is in a wheelchair and completely paralyzed, can't speak or anything because of the abuse that she suffered while she was pregnant.
I was going to make a joke before he said that. Damn it.
Yeah. But the church
I'm not
is
holding back. I don't
the church is who like she had drug and alcohol problems dealing with the pain and the abuse and stuff, and the church brought her in.
How big is the Mormon population?
I don't know.
I mean, because I was surprised.
I'm gonna say 10 mil.
Scientology only has less than 100,000 people.
See, and it used to like people. It used to be Utah was pretty much like 90% Mormon, but it's not anymore. There's a lot of transplants there now, a lot of them. But,
Yeah, but you don't have to be the most numerous. You just have to be the most on the same page.
well,
Because if you think about
in politics,
if you think about the Jews,
So
there's not a lot of them, but they really run everything.
I'm gonna fact check Mike. You gotta pay me for this. You said there's 10 million
Yeah.
worldwide. There's 15 million Mormons, according to the
I wasn't that far off.
Latter-day Saints.
Now, how many Jews are there worldwide?
Too many. No,
No.
Too many.
If there's one too damn many, as we know. But I would say the Mormons and Jews are comparable.
So when I got
No, there's way more Jews than Mormons.
You think so?
Oh yeah. Oh
No
yeah.
way.
well,
man.
I mean, they did
No.
get rid of a bunch, so there's
Yeah,
you know.
there's been reduction programs,
Reduction program.
so we're not talking about a lot of people here.
But when I took Rachel's dad down there, like we were doing the tour, and the girl that was doing it, there was like two girls, and they spoke such broken English that he just got annoyed, and he goes, "I don't know what the hell they're talking about. Let's go." And we just left. And I'm like, I thought you wanted to see this. You've never been here. This was like the
And
biggest part of.
he has no interest.
And he's like, I can't listen to them.
It'd be like
about 13 million Jews
So they're about the same. They're neck and neck.
In the world?
in the world, and that's according to the Institute for Jewish Learning and
So
Leadership.
there's
No.
13 mil versus 15 mil.
There's got to be way more than 13 million Jews in the world.
No.
No,
See,
And they run the banks, and they run finance, and
those
they,
reduction
Hollywood?
those
There's
reduction programs.
there's
really,
2 billion Christians.
But my point is,
But there's seven-
everybody
7
everybody
billion
shits on the
people.
Jews, everybody shits on the Mormons, but the Scientologists are even less, and they really run a lot.
Do they
Right.
really though?
Yeah, they run Hollywood, man. There's a big chunk of Hollywood that they control.
Yep.
I love how they've made Tom Cruise like a deity.
Scientology.
Yeah.
You know he loves
Tom
it
Cruise,
too, right?
You're gonna have Tom Cruise.
He loves it as well.
Tom Cruise is gonna be screaming at you and telling you that you're
You can't handle the truth.
Yeah, and
No.
yeah, you better wear your COVID mask.
Yeah.
because he's gonna yell at you about that.
Yeah.
And
that shit wasn't really that insane.
No,
Like,
it wasn't.
I was expecting more, and when I listened to it, I was like, this is just Tom Cruise just saying, we need to do this to keep movies going.
You thought it was going to be like the Bale blow up from Terminator Salvation?
Which I re-listened to that again, and I loved it.
Oh, no, you posted in the group.
I forgot
You're
how
such a
funny
fucking unprofessional.
We're fucking done, man. We're fucking done. You and
Yeah.
I professionally. You don't think when I'm doing a scene with Bruce walking back and forth down the scene. Like,
You know, I have to back Bale up because I, like many others, was like, dude, this dude is a fucking cocksucker. Like, he's treating people horrible.
Who?
What a Christian Bale.
Christian Bale.
I love Christian Bale.
But I thought he was a dick for that. I listened to how like he treats people this way. Fuck this guy. Fuck him. If I ever see him, I want to hit him. And I really had a bad opinion of him until I heard the full clip. And as media does, they leave certain parts out.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy, you don't hear the guy in the background. They edited it out. The guy's not. I wouldn't say the guy deserved it. I won't say that. But the guy's like, well, what do you want me to do? You know, he's like not shutting up. like you don't. The thing is, you hear him yelling. You don't hear.
He's being all provocative
He's
about
not
it.
listening.
The guy is fucking arguing. What I'm saying is, if you listen to it, it's more of a two-way argument than it is just like a poor like key grip guy. Like
oh yeah.
Oh, getting just getting,
he's like, well, what the fuck you want me to? Like he's like there's some exchange going on. Like it's not like just a poor guy getting picked on. The guy's like, well, you telling me to go over
it's not
here? You telling me to
the
go over
rich
there?
asshole actor that's screaming it.
Yeah, the guy's defending himself. So it's kind of like how, like if I aggravated you, we're doing this, and we argue, right? It's more of just an argument.
Now that you mention it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That shit's so funny though, because like you could tell Bale just lost it because it
was edited to make him look as bad as possible.
But it's also
is my
not
point.
the first time the guy did it. Like Bale even acknowledges that like the guy has kept doing this over and over and over again.
Right.
So he has a temper. That's fine.
So he's like, so he's like a
Wait,
woman.
he's done.
He just will
Bale's
not
blown
stop.
other people, or that guy's done what he did.
No, Bale even says that the guy's like, you walked back and forth through the set 3 fucking times. Like he like yells at the guy for like walking through the background several times.
As I said, completely justified.
Right.
Plus,
the guy's acting like a woman. He's not fucking listening when he's being told.
He's being all provocative.
He's being all provocative.
Exactly.
And Sean Connery's going to have
and
to
we
give
got
him the back of the hand.
We got a remedy for that cold.
It's called. Psst. It's right here. Has you ever tasted it?
We know how to shut a bitch up.
There's one point in that clip though where Bale like is literally you sound like he's gonna go fight the guy. He's like, I'm gonna fucking kick your ass, man. He's like,
Jay, I'm telling you, the guy was arguing with him. You can't hear it. I heard the whole thing, and it did change my view of it because the guy was like,
and then,
he was like, what do you want me to do? What do you want to do? What do you think? Like he was like. It wasn't some guy like cowering in a corner, being quiet. The guy was like, he was spitting shit back.
Well, no, it cuts to Mick G, who's the director of the movie, and he's like, Bale's like, Mick G, gonna do anything about this? He's like, I didn't hear it, and then like Mick G's trying to just calm it out a little bit.
Yeah.
He's like, well, you need to fucking pay attention, man.
No. What happened? It was like it wouldn't be quite like if I were the key grip guy, it would be worse. I'd be like, you know what, dude, fuck you. You rich asshole, come over, I'm going to guillotine your ass. It wasn't quite that, but the guy was like,
yeah.
The guy was defending himself. It wasn't some harmless victim. I'm telling you, the guy was like, what the fuck you want me to do? You telling me to go over here? You tell me to go over there. Like the guy was, it was back and forth.
He was definitely being provocative.
At one point, somebody tells Bale to go like relax for a minute. He's like, "No, I don't want to relax. Let's shoot the fucking scene!" Like he starts screaming.
If I worked with someone like that, dude, and you got a union because they're a union, I would totally be trolling them. Like, what are you gonna do about it, Christian?
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Yep.
Because
protected.
Because are you gonna hit me? Because then I'm rich. So you can come over here and hit me. Just hit me right upside my fat face. Right here. Come here, Christian.
I just heard,
right here in the face.
I just heard he signed a huge deal to play the villain in the next Thor movie.
Yeah.
And he's going to be like the next Thanos.
Yeah. They won't say exactly who he's playing, but yeah, he did sign on.
Wait, so Wasn't that Josh Brolin that did thing?
Yeah, and that's like the wrap up of that first
This is
Marvel
the
wave.
next villain. Yeah.
And
But he's gonna be the same
if you're going to
villain.
do that, like Christian Bale is probably your best bet to get for like a overarching villain for the movies.
Well, and also they brought Matt Damon in, but he was in the last Thor movie also.
Was it?
Did you see Ragnarok?
Yeah.
When Thor went back to Asgard and they were putting on a play, and Matt Damon played Loki in the play.
Asgard.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, he played
He went to
Loki.
Asgard, and Matt Damon was there.
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
Tim Tebow
Matt
there.
Damon.
Dude, just Team America, dude.
Yeah.
Matt Damon. It's all.
Matt
It's my
Damon.
favorite Matt Damon. That's my favorite part acting that Matt Damon's ever done.
That scene in that movie where it's just puking in the street.
Yeah.
Get out of the street, you fucking bum.
That's my favorite one.
We should probably talk about GameStop real quick before we end it.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we totally.
No, but that's the hashtag I abuse, but I don't even care if we use it. But I wanted to talk about it.
It's the ultimate troll, and I love it.
It is the greatest troll in the history of trolls.
Did any of you guys partake in the
No.
actual?
I
I did-
really wish I would have read about this well before I did.
I
would have.
yesterday. I would have invested in it if I,
I
did.
have friends. I
Absolutely.
have friends that capitalized on it and
Yes.
came out on top.
Good.
Good.
Oh, yeah.
Great.
I have a friend that came out $4,000 ahead.
Yes.
Nice.
I'm very bummed that I did not look at it
Do we-
because I have plenty of money to do it and I just didn't because I didn't know what it was.
I'm also not a stock market.
I'm not
I don't.
either,
Well,
but-
the stock market, dude. Let's be honest. It's a casino.
Yeah, it is.
You're playing a casino
Oh, I know,
game.
it definitely
You're
is.
betting.
That's why it was so great.
The house always wins.
Because the people
The house
that
always
people
wins.
that do this all the time and speculate and manipulate the markets and bet against companies and stuff that are making out like bandits got fucked over.
Yeah.
Yes.
And,
It's-
and,
Control.
They've
Which is
won.
awesome.
They've won for 60 years.
Yep.
And they couldn't stand a week and a half of losses.
Yep.
And then they changed the rules.
yeah. And I said it. I said, folks, Radio Underground will never be a political podcast, and it's not now. This is apolitical. When you have AOC and Ted Cruz,
Yeah, they
both
agree.
agreeing that this is fucked up.
there's no.
We all know it's a problem. These gangsters, these fuckers that have they bet against brick and mortar stores that go out of business. We're going to short this, and they bet that
Have you seen The Big Short,
no,
Yeah, I have.
the movie?
Yep.
no.
That movie is the most frustrating movie to
Because that's basically
watch.
what they did to us was they shorted all of us.
And
Yes.
So what finally happened is a bunch of people on Reddit, 4chan, and these different dissident groups decided, like, hey, GameStop, we all, like, me and Brian, we're gamers. We know, like, that GameStop's going away. We all know that GameStop's, it's probably not going to do well.
Right.
Because there's digital downloads. But what everybody did was they're going to bet that all these hedge funds and everything, they're going to bet that GameStop goes away.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, let's prop up GameStop. We'll make money and we'll fuck them over.
Yep.
And they all fucking invested in GameStop. Like, I don't know how many thousands or millions of people, and they got together.
Well,
and
it ended up being it caused GameStop to go up to become a Fortune 500 company again. $11 billion with
Okay.
a new.
And the owners of the company didn't even know what to do.
exactly,
They were just
because
like-
and they invested in. They also there's a couple other funny things they invested in. BlackBerry,
Nokia.
BlackBerry, and Nokia. Like they're all gone, man. These are like
AMC movie theaters.
Yeah, they helped take them to the point where
yeah.
they're back in the black again, so they're not going to have any trouble for the rest of the year.
Yeah, so think of anything that 2000. Think of what was cool in.
That's why that Blockbuster thing was so funny. It's like
2007. That's all that they invested in. 2007.
Blockbuster Twitter posted something. It's like, "Hey Reddit, we're waiting."
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, they're like, hey, help us out.
Yeah, it
like-
just it's great when the man gets screwed at their own game,
It is
and I love it.
Until you realize that once that happens, they can't handle 1 7-day period of loss. And it's like, we need to change the rules.
Yeah, and I like that. That's how. Who changed the rules and how did they get that?
Well, it was
Isn't
really
that-
they
Doesn't the government have to approve something like
the
Not when the government and the hedge funds and all the people
Right.
are on the same page.
Right.
No,
well,
nope.
the only one who really changed the rule technically was that app Robinhood, where they wouldn't let people buy the stock. Because you can still buy it on other trading sites.
Yeah,
because they want to still exist.
And you know, the thing
after this is all over.
The thing with Robinhood,
well, they got $1 billion worth of new backing in the meantime, anyways, because they lost their asses. But
yeah.
So they're like, hey, we need more money.
See,
like, here's $1 billion.
When Robinhood first, like when I first started seeing it, it was about. That was like an app that was about like guys like us.
Now they're about stealing from the poor and giving it to the rich.
Yeah, Robinhood kind of became the sheriff of Nottingham, dude. They
because
that name is so ironically funny, though.
I know that's what's so good.
That's what it was all about. That Robinhood was about, like, because I knew guys who
Pied Piper
that worked with me that didn't have like a bunch of money, but they were using that app and they're like, yeah, man, I'm making these little investments and stuff. It's pretty cool, and they're showing me. I'm like, oh wow,
the little guy totally Fryer fucked them.
Yeah, they got fucking Fryer fucked, man.
Got him.
Get Fryer fucked.
I need to go to bed. That was terrible.
No, that was good.
It was good.
The point is, the group of normies, regular people, both
normies,
left and right, everybody got together. Everybody got together. We're like, let's go. Like, dude, let's go back to 2007. GameStop is never. It's going away. We all know that. Because
look at this moment of unity and solidarity.
Yeah, and they invested in it.
In the American people.
And it was great. Everybody was like, let's just fuck with them.
This is real bipartisanship.
But this is what's awesome is like that's got to let these assholes know that like don't fuck with us.
Well, the one there's the one guy who on Reddit his username is Deep Fucking Values, but his YouTube channel is Roaring Kitty, and he's the one he's been saying it since 2019. He's like, GameStop is not bad because they're going to have to transition if they want to make it. And they brought on somebody who, what's the dog food ordering site? Chewy. The guy who started Chewy and brought that to profitability is now on the board of directors. And they've closed brick and mortar, but they have gone more online, and they're kind of transitioning. He's been saying it for 2 years, and he called it. And then when that other guy took over, Deep Fucking Values is like their new. It's like he's their new messiah.
Yeah,
Deep Fucking Values.
Deep fuck. Well, will this mean I can actually get a Series X finally? GameStop?
No, does not mean that.
They propped you up. Get some fucking consoles in your store, man.
Well, no one has one in the store.
Get them.
Not just GameStop.
No one.
Well, now they got $11 billion to do it.
Make them.
Yeah.
Make the fucking.
No, one guy, and I thought this guy was joking. It was also on Reddit. He's like, oh, when you guys said get GameStop, I didn't know you meant stock. He bought an old GameStop store because it was so cheap, and it was somehow a standalone. It wasn't in a strip, and he actually bought the store. He got it for like $80,000. He's going to turn it into something else, but
that's not a bad price.
You know, it wasn't
grand. That's
80.
Still.
Either
it's
way,
a brick and mortar.
He's going to turn into whatever business he has. But
shit, I'd try to see what happens. Maybe
if you try to sell Fallout 3, you're still getting 75 cents. That's all you're getting.
That was the other meme. It's like, oh, you guys are giving us enough money. We can give you up to a quarter now for your game.
I just loved like a week and a half of like not winning.
Yeah,
change the rules.
Well, one of the guys who said shit was the owner of the Mets. He's the richest owner in baseball.
Yeah, right.
Fuck you, Cohen.
He's worth $14.5 billion.
You pile of garbage.
He lost a few $1,000s. Well, a couple $100,000, but still, because of the GameStop thing. And he's complaining about it.
I like the guy that was crying on CNN.
God.
Like, dude, you have to go with one less fucking golden Lamborghini for a day.
So sorry, you can't have your pool gold plated.
Gold.
You can't have your pool gold plated this weekend. So sorry.
Oh, that was my
with the money symbol at the bottom.
That was my other point about Deep
Diamond
Fucking Values. The Deep Fucking Values Roaring Kitty guy is that he is a stockbroker by trade. He is a financial advisor. That's his job, and he's been telling his family that same thing. And he's actually gotten $53,000 from his family and friends, and he invested it all into the GameStop thing, and it's worth like $4 million or something.
Yeah. Well, it went from about $30 to over $300.
Yeah. It was 20
a share.
It was 20 something dollars a share. It was like 27 something a share. And it went up over $300 a share.
I love it.
That's fucking hilarious.
And the fact that they're doing like Nokia and BlackBerry and all these other
Dude, it's fucking
kills me.
And they don't. You said they don't exist anymore.
No, they're
just
all
not
exist.
here. But
Yeah.
Nokia saved a guy from a drive-by shooting.
Yeah, because the bullet hit the phone.
Right.
So Nokia, man, we got to.
But even Nokia, the same thing. Somebody else is taking over, and they still make parts for phones.
Yeah.
They're trying to streamline and just kind of see what makes money and what doesn't, get rid of the stuff that doesn't make money, and they're hoping to turn around too. BlackBerry's never coming back. I don't know.
There's rumors that they're gonna like go after like healthcare companies next, like the Reddit nerds.
Are they?
Yeah.
Wall Street bets.
Wait till I get my fucking tonsils out, guys.
Yeah.
Wait till that's done, please.
Have you been watching more tonsil stone videos?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alan's been going down a rabbit hole.
Yeah, dude.
People, and then
Dude, I'm like I need to go get something to fucking get them out. I don't know if they're in there or not.
I have 2 of them that I can't get out. I've been yanking on them.
So what do you what did they give you something to use?
No, I'm doing it on my own.
How do you?
As you should.
Well, what are you using to get in there?
I have a tonsil pick. It's called.
Yeah,
and you just bought that at the store.
I bought one from the evil Bezos at Amazon.
Okay, on Amazon, tonsil pick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you just start pushing, and they just pop out.
Well,
right?
it has a LED light.
Okay.
Oh.
And it has a pick, and you go in there, you can see, and then you can see where they're at, and you can poke. And you got to be careful because if you jab a hole in it, then you're in like a lot worse shape than you were originally.
It's got LED lights.
You can literally give yourself tonsillitis because it cause an infection.
Do the LED lights pulse to the beat of the music?
No.
Oh.
There's just a constant blue light.
It's like poof, poof,
and then so then you
and I go around the cancer tumor and ignore that it's there.
Just get those tonsil stones. That's what's important.
And you dispose of them properly.
No way.
No way, man.
I wash them off with tap water, and that's good. And jab them back in.
Put them back in.
Yeah, the tap water will just take care of it.
Yeah.
Room temperature
doesn't need to be any 170 degrees.
This healthcare moment brought to you by Radio Underground.
Yeah. The funny thing was because I didn't know what they were. Like, I mean, I'm talking. This has probably been 2 or 3 years of it. Because every now and then I would be like eating a sandwich or something. I'm like, why do I feel like I'm eating a rock? And I didn't know what it was. I was like, what the fuck's wrong with me? Like, I was like, did someone put a rock in my sandwich? Yeah, because
that's a really big sesame seed on my sandwich.
So like, whatever. Someone's really hates me.
Somebody put some Hockin on my ham and cheese.
Yeah. The main thing is like, I guess the number one indicator that you have them, and because I've had issues in my life, but I've never had bad breath.
Yeah.
But like, I smell a waft of shit. Like I up my nose. I'm like, why does my breath smell like fucking shit? And I know like, oh, okay, because these bacterial fucking extra teeth, cottage cheesy fucking growths in
they're like curds.
Yeah, they're fucking nasty, dude.
Bacterial curds.
Curds in a way.
Yeah, and you watch the video.
Of shit for
they grow in crypts. And
like,
the
I watched video like they take like this,
bloods.
They just like they just push like up
Tails
the tonsil and then like these like they look like like little teeth or whatever. Just ball.
I thought they looked like watermelon seeds, but like white.
Yeah, but white. Yeah,
That's
but there's some of them
watermelon seeds.
Watermelon.
Some of them will look like I've seen people on Reddit. They get huge ones. They look like a fucking saber-toothed cat tooth.
Wow. Saber-toothed cat.
They're fucking huge.
Yes. The ones that used to walk around our neighborhoods.
Yes. Saber-toothed cat tooth.
15,000 years ago, this neighborhood.
So this neighborhood's fucking weird because there's actually like stray cats that still roam around this cold ass weather.
Yeah, there is.
I feel bad for those dudes.
They're all mics. All the cats are mics.
I feed them and I give them strength.
And then he calls them to do his bidding.
Yeah. And then at the end of the day, I have them kill the sleepwalkers and protect
yeah.
the neighbor.
They keep the evil Egyptian gods out too.
The evil Egyptian gods.
So there's that.
Strut down.
Emotep ain't coming to this house.
The Emotep doesn't have a shot.
Emotep.
All right, guys, we're singing. Let's end it.
I think we're over.
All right, guys.
Stray cat strut. I'm a ladies' man.
Radio Underground. Follow us on all social media formats. Radio Underground. There are no impersonators because there's no reason to be.
No.
We're terrible. Thank you guys for following us, listening, watching
Coming out,
tonight.
keeping the scene alive.
Keeping the scene alive. Radio Underground, we're out.
Recorded in the pits of Detroit, Michigan. Your ass is listening to Radio Underground.